make sense.
Hello, everyone. Well, not hello, but also hello. Welcome to the Liftswon Institute, presented by Them Bows and Dragons. I'm Sid, and I will be your dungeon master for this evening. This episode is pre-recorded, as I'm sure you're going to find
No
out.
pre-recorded.
But you might be saying words in the chat. I don't know what those are. Can't see them. I wish I could see into the future, but I unfortunately cannot. So for now, it's just kind of like a blank void that I'm staring into nothingness. The void has not spoken back
Sure
to
the
me
sound's
yet.
on?
Wait, what?
Did you make sure the sound's on?
The sound is on. I'm looking at the mixer. I'm watching all of our audio. I made sure we're good. If it didn't work, then I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just cry.
Hey guys, scream at
Yeah.
the void. The void screams back.
Yep. Are you the
Let's
void right now?
now let's start
Ah.
with our usual opening announcements. Number one, thank you to our favorite goose and character artist, Mackie,
Who's here?
who's
I am
here.
here.
Mackie.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Mackie.
Mackie's
You're
amazing.
welcome.
Shout out to Carly as well for the name tiles present on the screen, as well as the amazing Andoria logo. I just love it so much. It's so good. It's so nice. You can check it out on the screen right in front of me. I see that little bird peeking over. Thank you to our background artist, Lykel, for this lovely background. Thank you to Che and PQ for some of the awesome maps that we're going to be using today. And thank you to Arcane Anthems for the music present on the stream. That information will probably actually show up in the chat later, or if not, you can always check out I believe it is in our bios as well. If not, you will see it in the chat tomorrow, whenever it
We
shows
have
up.
bios.
We do have bios.
Bios.
Woo! Lastly, thank you to all of you. Thank you to these amazing followers and subscribers. Thank you for taking the time to watch us. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Just staring at cameras and trying not to look at your faces. Trying to blur my eyes out. We couldn't do what we do here without you. You're our amazing community. We love having you here. And unfortunately, there won't be any donations for this stream specifically because it is pre-recorded and your money will go nowhere.
You can donate, but
You can
nothing
donate.
will happen.
Yeah, you can keep dropping money in the chat. Nothing will happen. At least unless we say something will happen. You'll find out. There are animals in front of me. I can't look. I gotta close my eyes. You know what? But thank you for joining us. Please make sure to stick around and watch all of these fun little bits. There's a bird. A lot of us do bits just for the camera, for no one else, but just for you watching. I am one of those people. So I hope you have a great time. I think that's cool for the opening announcements. If there's any other faffing or animals or stuffed creatures that would like to pop in.
Soy
Hang on.
sauce.
Actually, hang on. Let me get something for faffing.
Wait. 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 Wait.
Oh, it's so great.
It's a Hedwig. And there's a cat. It's an Umbreon. I had to zoom out. It's like, what is this cat?
This. Y'all can't tell me that like an Umbreon or Sylveon wouldn't be my Pokemon companion.
It's true. And now,
It decided to go for a tumble.
Yeah, I went nope.
no, I wouldn't. I
Okay,
wouldn't
I
be.
guess I'm going
No.
with Sylveon then, because this bitch hates me.
Well, listen, Sylveons are born out of love, so it makes sense.
I thought they were born from gay.
I mean,
That
what
too.
is gay but love?
Okay, that's fair.
That is gay.
Okay, you know what? I think
Where's
we're.
our faffing?
There's
you
our-
request. You
I did especially request faffing. So now that faffing has finished, maybe it will probably continue for the rest of the show. Let's do a little previously on Liftswon. Where last we left the party. They had just managed to complete 2 out of the 3 tasks for the Blaze Guard tournament with flying colors and some very creative solutions. Purifying the oasis with changes to the very sky itself, and also perhaps freeing an imprisoned Earth Genasi who the party isn't 100% sure if they will or will not in the world. They're at least vaguely certain they might kill one person, as they had said. You know, one person is at least on the chopping block. A person made a fire, you're not exactly sure who that could be. You also finished the task far before the other students, nearly an hour before the rest of the other party members had even, the other parties had completed the task.
It's sincere, right?
Yep, which give
Is
you
Clerics on standby?
yes.
Cleric
Team 2 was life support.
life support.
Clerics on
Perfect.
standby. Life support, and then in parentheses, clerics on standby.
Perfect.
Who also popped in after you. Finishing first gave you one first peek at the snack table, which is always the best thing, and a bit of a head start for the second task, which you also completed using your might and deception, managing to either beat the creatures just into submission with Wilret's strength of cutting a lot of creatures that you had to fight in half, and two other party members deceiving some students into various ways to no longer be part of the competition. And for
I
Cornelius,
will never regret that.
At least my way of deception involves some arousal.
it
Yeah.
did. And for Cornelius to find the hidden objective and get the party a couple of extra points for the
Yay,
tournament.
point.
And
Good job,
now,
team.
after, getting healed by life support, clerics on standby, and finishing up that task, we return now to the party sort of moving away. You've all, Professor Wizette has sort of called everyone out of the way so he can bring the stadium back to its regular grassy field as opposed to a sandy sort of King of the Hill area. So you are all back to standing on one side of the wall. And what are you all doing now that you've finished your second task?
Does anyone know what the I don't what the fuck's my accent?
So this third one's a
Ooh, no.
mystery.
What the third task is.
Oh,
So far, we're doing okay.
I
yeah,
think
but when you
that
say things like that, it kind of jinxes it.
Oh, does it?
we've been successful so far. I mean, is winning against everyone else not just how you win?
There's one more, but it's like super secret.
Is
Do
it
we
trying
get
not to get
a-
murdered by a teacher? Or
Oh, I really hope we don't have to fight like the headmaster or anything.
That would be interesting. Do we get a break before we do this?
Yeah, so you are currently on break right now. Most students have already, who were part of the combat. I couldn't put every student on the map just because that was too many for this program. But there were other groups who were also fighting, so it's break time. You will get a short rest right now, as other
Okay,
students are either
wonderful.
getting healed by clerics or bowing out altogether. You see that one of the groups does bow out entirely. I forget the name of the group, the one who had the infighting incident. If I could grab them.
Oh, like
The Ember Wolves.
Ember Wolves. I was going to say Timberwolves. That's a basketball
It's-
team, though.
Very close. But yes, they seem to have bowed out as the teams mostly disbanded. There's still that fighting in between. The couple, Theodosia completely quit. Just
Yep.
left.
which one did I flirt with accidentally? Intentionally.
Elizabeth Buckler.
Cool.
Do we know
pirate.
if the final task is like just us or is it everyone again?
The final task
We
will be
don't know.
split. You're not entirely sure, so you don't know how it's going to function. You just know that there is a third task. But you do see that there aren't very many groups left, so even if it was multiple students, you think there's maybe you, 4, and about 8 others left. So it's not a huge amount of students left over.
All right.
So far, we've found most of the hidden objectives, I believe, so we should be in the lead quite
I
solidly.
think we're far ahead in the lead. I don't even understand why there's a third round. Clearly, we're just the best.
Well, we could pitch
I
that,
mean-
but
It's still a fair competition and all that, and there's, if there's like 2 teams left, it's still probably in the best that we still actually fight, instead of just
Right.
trying to call it as a win.
Almost argue this wasn't even a fair competition. We just decimated them. But that's not important.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
You see
I
Elwin
guess
kind of limps by and goes, this was not a fair fight.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. He didn't hit me. If you remember, Elwin was the one who got tag teamed by the barbarian and the
yeah.
fire wizard.
I shot a fireball back at them for you.
Thank you. I definitely hurt, I'm sure. Oh, they're just limping.
Oh, I
So
didn't know my
are
ribs could hurt like that.
I feel like I don't know. I feel
toes.
unprepared because I can't prepare for anything. But kick-ass team.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, kick ass.
go
Huh?
team, go.
You just hear in the bleachers, "Go Team Thursday!"
Yeah, Thursday.
Who
It's
was it? Did we
Vilu.
see who?
Yeah, it is Valoon. They're like floating with their little pixie wings, holding up a very tiny sign.
Oh.
Just like,
Perfect.
Also, go Team Life
I'm looking
Support.
for Pontias again.
Pontias has had to go over to the like teachers table and like confer with is signing off a couple of students who are saying I quit, and it's like okay, well that's fine, you can go. They're busy doing like every now and then they'll look and wave.
Still
Oh, is
in?
that
Oh, sorry.
Life support?
Life Support? They are still in. You see that they have not given up yet. They've made it to the final task, despite
I know-
everyone's
So proud of them.
belief.
I know they're just healing
good enough.
us. Can I look and be like, hey, are you guys feeling okay?
Oh yeah, we're fine. No one really hit us.
Yeah, I know. It's more of like, how's your nerves? Yeah. I don't know
Oh,
what this third task is supposed to be.
if it's very scary, Alex said they were just gonna quit, and you see they point to one of them, the one who just broke down crying when they walked into the Coliseum.
That's
Perfect.
fair. Do they still look upset?
No, they've like wiped their eyes, and they're currently just sitting there eating a lollipop. Just going.
I will like go over to them and pat their back and be like, yeah,
Thanks.
It-
That was
it was a little
very
scary.
Yeah.
I agree.
You see, as you pat their back, they startle immediately and almost choke on the.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, right. Candy.
Oh yeah. Do you guys want? I have And you see, they just open up. Oh, what looks like a bag of holding, and they're like, I have. And they just they reach in and pull out an entire full cake. Go. Do you want? I have some snacks.
Wait, Salem, do you still have some candy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
If someone
I-
offered, and
Could I have a piece actually?
sure, here.
Thanks. I am missing one spell
I
slot,
might
so
like a piece as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It is a
all right.
D4.
And I will hand it.
well, no matter what I roll, I'm gonna get the one spell slot I spent back.
True. So yeah, if you want either Salem or if the people eating the candy, whoever wants to roll it is a D4, and whatever it lands on, that is how many spell slots you regain.
Is it equal to that level? Or
Yes.
okay.
Is it equal? I don't remember. Yeah, it is equal to that level. Let
I
me check my
suppose I
notes.
will also D4.
I'm not
Didn't
gonna roll,
quite
like
get
I
enough
said.
of my
I rolled a 4. Does that mean I get 4 spell slots worth back?
Yeah,
or-
so it's the same way as I think short rest goes for wizards, where it's like you can either regain a spell slot equal to 4th level or a
Okay.
number lower. So like if you have 4, then you can restore 1 3rd level or 2 2nd level or 4 1st
Okay.
level.
So I restore 2 second level.
Which for you, Cornelius, what did you roll?
I rolled a 2, so I could
Oh.
only get the first level back. I couldn't get my third level back. That's fine.
Oof. True. But you do
I
have
rolled a-
access to a short rest.
Yeah, I got
rolled a
one back on the
4.
short rest, so
I think you can do an arcane recovery.
Which is why I'm like, you can use that at least.
Yeah, I got one back. I had to use 2 in that fight, so it's fine. I still have 2 slots, I think. Yeah, I'm good.
Alrighty.
Ah.
So yeah. Eugene,
Yeah,
would you
thanks.
also like some candy, or are you good? I don't know how many you have left.
I am good because if
You're
we get a
warlock.
short rest,
Oh, that's right. You're a warlock. You're fine.
I'm fine.
So yeah, you guys have access to a short rest. They do have a little tent for people to like actually sit down in. So there's an area for people to sit, and there are beds that some people are laying on. There's also, this is probably one of the not nicer lunches because they kind of have it just sort of set up on a table. So it's not the super fancy lunches that you're used to in the cafeteria, but it is still good food.
Cool.
So just to check, there was technically 2 people who were flirting with me because this is very important to me.
Yes. So you did have 2. You have
Well, I'm
Simone.
gonna make sure that I wink at both of them at 2 different times, so I'm not just blinking.
Yeah, just blink. Yeah, you had um you had the pirate Elizabeth Buckler, who you tricked into with
Before we go in, I'm gonna make sure to wink at both
your
of them.
wink.
That's
Sydney,
it.
I
That's the
mean,
important.
like Simone was in the bleachers waving, and then just like looked at you, and then looked at Buckler and was like, "Is this?
They're going fuck.
I don't know what this is." They don't seem upset about it. They're just confused. But yeah, so
Anyways,
you managed to get
I
both
just
of
need to
them.
make sure it's known that I am able to flirt. That's important.
You know, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene Pontius does give you a quick wave before like having to go back to signing students out. It's like, okay. Yeah. Oh, you don't. You see one. There are a couple of students who quit, and you think they might have quit for valid reasons. One of the students is fully missing their hand.
Oh,
You know that they're missing it
I'm
from.
laughing, but I am laughing like the way you said fully missing their hand. Like not even half-ass missing their hand. They
No,
have fully lost it.
Fully lost their
fully
hand.
lost it. You know, you remember seeing that they lost it after the first task. You think someone might have cut their hand off, assuming that's how you get the blood out.
Are they restoring that? Like
They're going in to get the like quit. They walked over, and it seems that they walked over to quit first. And Pontius is going, no, go there first, and then you can quit. Go.
I'll wave at Burns.
first.
Burns is in the bleachers cheering and waving. You can see over the course of it, at some point they've painted their face to like have little like whiskers on it, and then like a cat nose, and they're like Thursday.
Perfect.
I'll just like wave my
Does
axe
Thursday
above my
even
head.
have whiskers?
No,
no.
no.
Speaking
No.
of Thursday, I'm just gonna have her go over and bite Pontius on the ankle just for fun.
It's her favorite thing. And then Cornelius, you had heard earlier just some fire puns from Professor Moriarty.
Right. Yeah. Can I see him right now?
Yeah, so he's with the other teachers who are all sort of like whispering to each other about something you're not exactly sure. But you can
Can I
see
cast-
him.
Can I cast message on him?
Go ahead.
All right. Hi. Just a question. If I make my our wish, my wish, worth both of our whiles, will you give me a hint for the next thing?
Oh, Cornelius!
You see, just in the middle of the conversation, just for like a brief moment, one of his eyebrows raises before he goes back to talking to the teachers. He just goes, I like that style.
Like a
It's very feisty of you. Fiery.
the teacher looks confused at them. Are you flirting?
Exactly. You see, he raises an eyebrow to Dr. Shore, and she's like, "What are you doing? What are you? Don't look at me like that."
Look at me with a raised eyebrow.
He goes, "If I knew what it was, I'd tell you.
Oh.
All I know from some overhearing is that you need to make sure you don't get burned.
You need to make sure you don't get burned?
Burned.
Okay. I heard don't give birth. I just wanted to make sure
No,
that was not.
make
Yeah,
sure
I
you
also
don't.
heard that.
Sorry,
Okay.
make sure you don't get burned."
Okay. Cool.
I will just nod my head.
Okay,
I
are we
mean,
fighting a
face
fucking
huggers and all, but like.
But yeah, so you have your short rest. Is there anything you all would like to do during your? You have about an hour and a half that they give you to eat, rest, just relax before the third part of the tournament.
Just making sure that I flirt when I'm leaving. That's important.
While we're
That's
eating,
not
can
my
I
mind.
like quietly lean into our group and just be like, so, I mean, we're sitting pretty good in the standings. Do you guys know what you're gonna wish for?
I mean, personally, to always have an amount of gold required to purchase whatever I need to purchase in my pocket at any point sounds like a wonderful wish.
That does actually sound like a good one. That's a good one. How about you two?
I'm still
Double
workshopping
card.
it.
That's fair. You may have to think of it immediately on the spot, though, and that tends to lead to probably less good wishes, such as, "Oh, I wish I had chocolate." It would.
I do wish I had some chocolate.
Man,
That would
that
be
would
a
be a
bad
pretty big
wish.
waste of a wish.
I mean, it'd probably be really good chocolate.
I know what I'm supposed
Yeah,
to wish for, but
Hmm.
obviously not. Well,
Oh yeah, that sounds like a terrible wish.
mm-hmm.
Just in case you betray us, I'm gonna go second last or last, and then we'll.
I mean, I don't plan on it, but good idea.
Just in case.
Guess. Well, I
Probably know
well,
that they're gonna use that ring and put their soul into you so they can steal your wish from you.
Right, there is
well,
Just
still
in case,
that.
we'll make sure that you go first.
that's actually probably a good thing.
Or just after whatever this is, if it's possible, maybe take off the ring.
I can do that. I'm gonna try and take off the ring. Make sure I can still take it off.
Yep, you take it off. It comes
Okay.
off pretty easily.
Okay, I'll put it back on then.
Did you get murdered?
Am I dead?
Yeah, so once you take it off, you all see will it collapse. No, you take it off easily and then put it right back on with
Immediate
no.
dead.
Do you feel anything when it happens? When you take it off? Or when you put it back on?
You do feel
Not really.
something.
Oh,
But this is something you felt the first time you put it on and every time you've taken it off, which is just like constriction. You know, when it's like something is clutch, as if you feel your magic being suppressed every time you put it on, and every time you take it off, it's like a breath of fresh air.
I mean, kind of, but it's not really a like something's taking over me feeling. It's more of a push my magic deep down into a little box that we don't need to talk about in the dark depths of my soul that we don't need to address at all and keep it sealed there.
Are you okay?
That's not good for you.
Totally fine.
I felt that.
Can I get a history check from the three
Nope.
of you if you'd like? Not from
Me
you,
included
Will.
or not?
No.
Okay, it's like nope.
Cornelius, Eugene, Salem, a history check.
I mean, 14.
Dirty 20.
12.
So you do all pass. You three, just hearing that description kind of pings something in each of your brain. You're all pretty adept at using magic. You all have a pretty good understanding of it, and you've all taken magical history courses, and like, while paying attention isn't great, you've at least overheard things. You know that used to be a form of torture for wizards to just take people's magic and shove it down so that they could not feel it anymore.
Yeah,
No,
that
that's
sounds
not
great.
good.
That
That's
sounds
not
great.
good.
It has been outlawed in most countries, including this one, because it is seen as a form of immense and cruel and
Would that
unusual
be
punishment.
magic conversion therapy?
Yes, it would be sort of like this is a cruel and unusual punishment to just force someone's magic down into their like gut so they can't
Okay,
access
so
it.
we are talking about conversion therapy. All right,
It's a bad thing to have. It's not good.
cool. Just making sure.
Well,
I'm
not
just gonna
shocked
look
that
right to
the-
Cornelius, just like.
I mean, these teachers are breaking the law all the time, it seems.
Yeah, but if it's directly involving a student, can't something be done about it?
I
Yeah.
mean, what law is being broken? It's just a
Why?
ring.
It's actually a torture device.
A very important law. Not torturing people and suppressing their magic.
Oh,
You all know that law is pretty recent. Everyone's kind of
Oh.
been on the sort of implied understanding of we don't torture other people. But the putting this in hard stone is a pretty recent. It's only about 20 years or so.
I mean, it's not that bad. You really can't tell most of the time.
For our entire life,
But here's the thing: if it's not that bad to the point where you kind of like get used to it, it's kind of really, really bad, and that's really gonna hurt you if you ever decide that you don't want to do that anymore.
I hadn't thought that far.
therapy.
That's a funny joke. Therapy? Therapy.
Well, if Salem wishes to be able to buy anything the moment she needs to, she could buy you therapy.
And I intend to.
I'm fine.
I do concern myself with pulling 10,000 gold pieces out of my pockets if I ever want to purchase anything big. But we'll see how it works.
I feel like it'd weigh down your pants.
Oh, I might not be able to wear pants anymore.
If you wear like a skirt and it like drags to the ground, is it just gonna be like a bag of holding of just gold?
I mean,
A bag of golding, per se.
that's good. Yeah, bag of golding. Are we just wasting time?
I mean,
Yeah, we're totally just wasting time.
I wasn't sure what you guys wanted to. I was like, I'm gonna let this continue until you're done. This is your break time.
All right.
But yeah,
And break.
and cut. But anyway, so you continue chatting. You do have the rest of your break. It's an hour and a half, so you all get a short rest. So if there are any stats or abilities or things like that you want to give yourself, go ahead.
I will use message
Wait,
just to
sorry,
let
did you-
each of them know that we need to not get burned, but I don't know what that means.
Did you say we got leveled up, or did I?
No, just a short rest. So restore any features or
No.
abilities you had. Sorry.
Level up.
No, I would have told you that. We don't have time for that. But
We have all the time in the world.
we do have all the time in the world. You know what? 3 levels. There you go. Have fun. Figure it out. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
So you guys have your short rest. There's food available for you: food, water, snacks. A couple of the you see the school nurse does pop by and go, "Does anyone need any healing?" Or and you see Team Life Support said, "Oh no, we took care of it. It's fine."
Whoever we're against in the end will.
Damn, that was dark.
That
Or
very dark.
we might, if we don't do that.
But fair.
Okay. Well, I will see if any other students need healing. Enjoy your snacks. And the rest of the tournament, you see she just kind of like scoots over to the next few groups. Immediately moves over to the person whose hand is missing. Just like, I gotta go deal with that.
Yeah, give him a hand.
Aw, damn it. So many good jokes.
You do see she casts a spell and sort of wraps something around
Hand it
the
to you.
stump.
Man, she's a little handsy right now.
She wraps something
The
around the
hands-on
stump,
treatment.
and you see it does start growing back. Just out of there,
They do
like,
say that they're handsome.
both of you dead immediately. Rocks fall, everyone dies. The tent collapses.
It's a pun off. Is the third challenge a pun off?
But what their hand does grow back, so one of the students does get their hand regrown pretty
I think
quickly.
we broke Danny.
I've heard of head over heels, but this is a bit. No,
Dead,
I'm
both of you, immediately. Well, the ring constricts and sucks your soul out of your body.
Dang. Talk about a hands-on job.
Viewers, you don't understand.
That's what happens when you make me record on a Tuesday when I'm actually slept.
All right. Anywho,
This is why I'm so hands off with this one right now.
Oh!
I'm leaving. Anywho, alrighty. You have your short rest. Fix all the things you want to fix on your sheet. Let's move it. I gotta go throw you into the pit to die.
Yay!
But
I
alrighty.
mean, what?
Yeah. What?
Yep.
So as you as your rest comes to an end and you see some of the other students start looking around like, okay, when does the third task start? You think there are only 8 of you left?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, there are about 8 left, so that's
I
actually
think
yeah,
it
it's
said
just
us
the
and
2
8
teams.
others.
Oh, you and 8 others, so my apologies. There's 2 other teams left.
Does the nurse leave right afterwards, or?
She sticks around to make sure everyone's healed up, but she doesn't. She kind of, you think she's maybe sitting there awkwardly, like she doesn't want to leave, because if she leaves, then she won't have anything to do.
Well, as are we getting ready to do the thing, like?
Uh, So, as you're all sitting around, you do hear that chime in your head again from the headmistress. And it goes, students, congratulations to the final 3 teams left over for this third task. 3 teams for 3. Now, you will be separated for this surprise encounter. You'll each be solving it on your own with only your team and no other students. And I hope you enjoy something special we have planned for you. If all students could make their way to the teleportation point, we can begin the final
What a handful.
task of the tournament. 70 psychic damage to Salem.
Okay.
But what were you going to say to the
I was waiting for a handful joke. It was
You disgust me. So do you all head over to the teleportation point?
Yeah.
Hand over fist. We head over.
Let's get it over with.
I'm gonna
cross our fingers we win.
start adding zeros to HP.
Hey, not my fault.
It's time to start adding zeros. Alrighty,
No!
so as you step over, let's pull up the map.
Ooh, okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong. I just can't put a finger on it.
I'm so tired. It's only been 30 minutes. We've been here 36 minutes, and you're killing me.
Thumbs up.
Alrighty. So, you all step onto the teleportation point, and you can see that there are only 2 teams left. Outside of your own, there's your team. There's Team Life Support with the clerics on standby. And you can see Fern's team, whose name, let me pull up because I forgot it.
I write it down. Wrote
The Wind
down.
Swords. With Fern, Elwyn, and Izar. You see, Elwyn seems to have been the person who was tended to the most. My clerics just immediately needing that support of like, hey, I'm not okay.
I just give Fern a very sorrowful, just like,
They just give you a thumbs up. It's cool, bud. It's totally fine. But that you see that they so you are all told to go to the teleportation point.
Yep.
Alrighty, so
Step
as
inside.
the 4 of you step inside, and as you do, you hear that last chime in your head going, "Now, students, please brace yourselves. Keep your hands and legs inside of the circle at all times." And I'm going to pull up the combat map. As the 4 of you feel that sucking feeling of teleportation in your gut again. And if I could transition. Boop. You see, looking around, you see yourselves in a very warm landscape.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't
You're
like
all
that map name.
at the bottom. Well, you don't enjoy the name it has? You enjoy the name of this map and how it's totally normal? And let me unmute
Very
it.
friendly name.
I'm sorry to red cat.
It's not letting me zoom out for some reason.
Yeah, I can't zoom out.
What was that?
I can't, like, I'm just,
Oh, now
like,
I got
super
it.
zoomed in on our characters.
Oh, are you?
And I just,
I was
you
able
cannot
to
take this
zoom out.
action while the game is paused.
Do you have a scroll wheel?
I
was
do have
able
a
to do
scroll
the
wheel.
Scroll wheel.
Yeah, the scroll wheel usually helps get you around.
And my scroll wheel just keeps turning my character around?
Weird.
The
Try
music
clicking on
is
the
so loud
land.
for me. How do I stop this?
It is in that sidebar, the music note. But I will also turn down the master volume because it is loud for me
That
too.
affects it for you as well.
I mean, I need to turn it down because it is loud. I've
think
turned
my
it down.
window's just frozen. There, I had to jump out because I think my whole window was just frozen.
Oh no, I've turned it down a little, so because it was loud even for me. But so you all see yourself standing in. Immediately you feel incredibly warm, as if it is a little too hot, just being in this area. You can see that there is a river made of lava flowing through what looks like abandoned ruins. As you are looking around. I'm going to
Do the ruins have any symbols, or does the statues familiar anyway? Or...
I will say go ahead and make a history check. I want to give advantage, but I'm not sure who would know more about this.
16.
I'm not sure. Will, Red, or Cornelius, one of you two would probably know the most about this topic. Probably you, Cornelius. So you may roll with advantage if you'd like.
What is going on? Oh my shit! No, stop, computer.
That's only
Nope,
a
this
10
is
for
a
me.
roll start. So 16 is my roll.
I rolled a 6.
I am
Oh.
currently trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with my computer.
Valid. I'm gonna close all these fire buttons. Hang on. Alrighty, so we got a 6, a 16, and a
Um,
10.
was this what is it? I'm sorry.
History check. No problem.
History. I got a 19.
Alrighty. So I believe the 19 and the 16 are the only ones who pass. But you immediately recognize that statue. They're sort of decrepit and crumbling, but looking around at the area, the sort of flowing river of lava, the ruins around you, there is this is known as the Blazeguard Tournament, which is named after the sword of the legendary hero Jeffrey Hemart and his weapon known as the Blazeguard, a massive enchanted fiery sword that was used to call upon judgment and to strike down one of the great last dragons. It is an enchanted it is a story known for a lot of fighters as well as magical and enchanted people on enchanted weapons and the ways in which you could use weapons to kill something as powerful as a dragon. Looking around, you sort of remember there was one final story of before they passed away, Hemard had a final fight against a massive red dragon in its own lair, and the story was that the dragon had been defeated, however no one had ever heard from the hero again. And looking around, you think you might be at that very location.
Like, actually at that location?
Yes, where that final fight took place.
Just a rock I can pick up?
Do you just want to pick up a regular rock? Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to pick up a rock and throw it into the lava and see if it lavas.
I mean, you toss a rock in there and it immediately starts sinking. You can see there are a couple of rocks going in and out, passing through this magma river. But yeah, it sinks pretty easily. Rocks take a while to burn and sort of decompose in lava, so...
Does it at least do that, like, sizzle of something getting heated up?
Yeah, that's sort of like as if something had just been dropped in there, something hot.
Okay, good to know. Alright, well don't fall in the lava.
Cornelius, you remember the don't get burned comment and think this might be what it's referring to?
Yeah, lava bad.
But alrighty, so there, and then as that is happening, oh, whoops, let me fix this one thing. You see something appear off to this corner. As the four of you looking around, you don't see the other students. It is just your team, and in
Did
this.
something just pop out of the lava and go away?
Yes,
fuck?
but as the four of you are standing there, you do hear a massive roar and a fiery, just red scale start crawling out of the lava and onto this little parapet.
Fuck.
Right. Well, I get the feeling that fire is not going to do much. So burning them, bad.
The four of you hear a
Yeah.
chime. Ding. Welcome to the final task, students. Now, as I'm sure you've all noticed, there is a creature that you must deal with. The final task is to bring it in alive. I hope the four of you will do well. I have high hopes for all of you. Good day. And then just ding, chime is gone.
Flipping off the air.
So, can the dragon fly up your rope?
I mean, yes, but the only issue with that is we would have to move a pocket dimension. And they said to bring it in alive. And that means implying we're taking it somewhere alive.
If I could have everyone just do a quick little initiative roll for no particular reason.
Okay. 10.
Gotta be honest, I'm really bad at not killing things.
My initiative, it's broken.
Willard got a 17.
I got an 11.
I got
I
a
got
rock.
a 15.
And then what was your roll, Eugene? I'm sorry, I missed it.
10.
10? Alrighty, so you're below Salem. And the creature rolled a... What is their initiative? I don't know. I'm just gonna take what I rolled then.
Oh, my mage armor, right?
Yes, so it's been less than 8 hours, I believe.
Cool.
So you still have that. So it will be here. Alrighty. So it hasn't moved. You see that the dragon itself just climbed out of the lava and started... You're not sure if it noticed you or not. It is shaking its scales off and sort of moving the lava as if it has just crawled out of a bathtub. What would the four of you like to do?
Any suggestions on how not to get killed?
Don't
Trying
get
carefully.
burned.
I think dragons they're really powerful. So I think treating them with respect is kind of important, and that they don't listen to you. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna cross this bridge.
You're moving across the bridge?
Mm-hmm.
I will come with you.
It's a little rickety, but you're able to get across pretty easily. If I can get this to disappear. There we go.
I'm going to offer Cornelius my shoulders if he so wishes.
Yeah. I'll climb on up.
All right.
So, do you have any persuasive tricks you can use against a dragon?
I mean, I can't flirt with them the same way I can a person.
You can certainly try.
I'm not really good at the whole talking thing.
I will say, as the two of you reach the end of the bridge, the dragon turns and sort of shakes off the last bits of lava and looks at the four of you. It just turns, looks at you.
Oh, I said hi.
Yep. Wrong.
Well,
None of those things are correct. Trying to turn it. I don't remember how to do that. But, it just turns and sort of looks at you, four, and goes, I did not prepare a deeper voice today. But, just sort of in like a rumbling growl. There's sort of like, you can hear bits of draconic sort of seeping through it, and you can feel the kind of power it has as it just grumbles at the four of you and goes, "What are you doing? I can't do it. What are you doing in my home?"
Classwork?
It's not a lie.
It squints at you. "And what work has you conversing with my kind?"
Magic school?
I'm just gonna step over here just a little bit.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, just
Keep going, you're doing great. I'm just gonna
He's
walk
great.
away from you.
He's just, "You're doing amazing. Don't want to be in the light of the breath weapon." What magic work? Do you come to seek my knowledge, my power, my blood?
Not
We
the
don't
blood
want blood.
part. That's
We
a
don't
little
want any
dark.
blood.
actually, we're doing this scavenger hunt, and we were told, get this, we have to bring in a dragon.
I see. And you
So
thought
we
you'd
thought-
bring him in.
Hey, there's a dragon right there. Anyone else have a better idea? Like,
I'm just gonna pat on Eugene's shoulder and try to get them to maybe spread out a little.
Hey, why don't we? Why about none of us being a breath weapon?
Also, maybe not stand right next to the lava.
You don't. What? Lava's not safe to stand next to.
I don't know.
I'm
And-
actually gonna set Cornelius down and kind of take a couple of steps ahead and still just very, very carefully, just like, so, it's, so our school does a lot of, things for, prestige, and they said that one of the tasks in order to get what we want the most in life is we have to try and bring you back, and we don't want to hurt you in any capacity, but this is something that we have been tasked to do. Is there a way we can do that without any conflict?
So I'm sorry. So I was rolling some things. I muted myself so I could roll some
Mhm.
stuff. As you stepped closer, Eugene, you see that the dragon sort of its eyes stopped paying attention to everyone else and focused directly on you. And then you can see it took in a deep breath. It did, and then stared at you and goes, "Is this what you ask for, Devour? Do you ask for me to come with you for what? To satiate your hunger?"
No, I'm not going to. I don't want to ever become that. I hate knowing that I am one of those, and I'm doing everything in my power to not be hungry or eat or anything like that.
It's true.
I just want to be at school, be with my friends, do normal things. And this is not normal at all, but this is something that I really want to be able to do.
I'm gonna cast message at towards fuck, what are names?
Uh,
Cornelius. That's it. Cornelius. And I'm gonna say, you might want to step just a bit more back and, I don't know, they're being risky.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Dragon friend, first of all, do you have a name?
well, it has it rolled, it's specifically at you, Eugene. Hey, could I get you
Fair.
to make a dex save real quick?
Got you. 13.
That does not pass. As you see a spike of sort of not fire but red magic shoot from the dragon to you, Eugene. Yeah, the three of you do see that as the dragon sends out a spike of its own magic towards Eugene, and it hits you directly in the chest.
Okay.
Ooh, 6, 12. For 12, what was the damage that this creature does? Fire.
Okay.
For 12 fire damage directly in the chest. As you see just a lance of burning red magic spread from the dragon itself to Eugene.
I'm sure that was an accident.
Hey, listen up, hot breath.
Oh, we're good.
No.
Just hold your goddamn horses.
And you would
First
speak
of
to
all-
me this way?
Yes. 1, what is your name? So we can properly address you instead of calling you Dragon.
We caught the DM in something they didn't prepare for.
I gotta get my notes, hang on. Where are they? Make me pick up paper.
Payback.
Where is it? Where is it? I have too many notes. Okay, here it is. You see the dragon looks at you and goes, "And you would speak to me this way? You, a mere mortal?"
If you're gonna attack my friends when they're just being honest with you about themselves, yeah.
And you trust this kind of creature? This...
With my life.
Then your life must not be worth much.
Depends on the day.
It is a shame to have to do this to creatures such as yourself. If only you had understood.
If only you understood. You
yourself.
like magic, right? You have magic?
I have many things.
We're trying to keep a person who wants to make a wish, a true wish, to wish magic out of this entire existence. Is that something you really want? Because
My
if you go
magic
about
cannot
killing
be-
us, that's gonna happen.
My magic cannot be removed from this world.
Without a
or
true
any.
wish?
Pretty lucky. I mean,
A true wish can do a lot of crazy shit, my friend. You really want to take that risk?
Perhaps then I shall go to this school of yours and ensure that no one can make any wishes of any
As long
kind.
as you go and technically you're alive.
I mean, you know what? I like that idea. Why don't you go to the school right now? Right now.
Yeah, that works
Actually,
pretty well
no.
for us.
I mean, technically my brother's there. I don't want anything to happen to my brother.
Do not presume to tell me what to do. I will go to your school, but I will deal with this creature first.
Okay, cool.
And it's still looking directly at Eugene. I will say... Go ahead.
I'm gonna flat out walk in front of Eugene.
Oh crap.
I will say we will then in initiative, which starts
Yep.
with Wilret.
Oh, I was gonna
No.
ask if I could say something when
Oh.
Wilret was trying to step in front of me.
Sure, you can speak as a free action.
Or just gonna try and, like, you know, kind of slightly push him out of the way and say, well, what if my true wish was to not be what I am?
Alright, well, Wilret, it is your turn, so I'm going to say you have the initiative.
I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna go ahead and rage and hold my action that if this dragon comes near Eugene in a threatening, like, attack manner, I'm gonna unleash hell on it.
Alrighty. That brings us to Cornelius, then. It would be your turn.
Okay.
You see that two of your party members are engaging themselves with the dragon, and may or may one of them just got shot with magic.
Yeah. But I can tell it's not like a spell.
No,
Right.
it was not a spell, more just something intrinsic to the dragon itself.
Yeah. Yeah, so that won't do.
You know that, at least for you, you would know that dragon magic works a little differently from humanoid magic, where most humanoids have to cast spells. Dragons just have innate magic in them. They don't have to cast spells. They just are magic.
So none of their spells have a somatic component.
None of the ones that are on this sheet that I'm looking at, no.
Yeah, no. I too will hold my action, and if the dragon goes to make an attack at Eugene, I will use hypnotic gaze.
Alrighty.
Gaze tent can be hypnotic.
That
It
does
can be.
take us
It's
to
a small gaze, but it's a powerful one.
tiny little gaze, little small.
There's a reason elephants are afraid of mice.
Because they're gay as hell.
Sure, that's the reason. Alright,
Okay.
alright. The dragon goes, I can't be here anymore. It just
And then
leaves.
flies
Go to
to the
school.
school.
No. It is the dragon's turn. And can I get a wisdom saving throw from Wilret and Eugene?
Yeah.
As it looks at you, it goes. As it just stares at you, and you see, so dragons generally have the sort of like black, like eyes of a lizard, but you can see as it starts looking at you, they start taking on a magma-like quality, and slowly like drip with lava down their face.
18.
Dirty 20.
Those both fail.
Awesome.
So you're both going to take a little bit of psychic damage as you feel as if something... Oh wait, you make that with advantage, Eugene. Because of your thing.
Still a dirty 20.
Okay. Oh, look at those ones. You both take 3 psychic damage.
Okay.
Roll 3 ones as you feel as if something is looking deep into your very soul, into your heart. Which for you, Wilret, immediately you feel as if something is trying to reach towards you and into your heart and is sort of looking at where your magic should be, but is currently being suppressed by your ring. And
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
And it's just sort of like you feel that pressure where your magic would be, as well as in your head. And then Eugene, you also feel that pressure in your head, which immediately starts up these whispers in the back of your head going, what? Who dares? Who dares? We kill. We can eat them. How dare? You kick me yet?
Letting this happen.
You allow too much to happen. You could kill them, and they would be enough to sustain you for years.
I don't want to.
We are still here for whatever you need us. We will still be here, watching.
Waiting.
Waiting.
Commiserating.
Yep, stop that. I don't remember what I was saying now. The whisper sort of they quiet down, but you can tell that they are now active. So where before you usually have times where there's just nothing going on and you're alone in your head, but now it is as if someone else is there watching and just keeping an eye on you. And then Salem and Cornelius, you both watch as the dragon has eyes fully turned to magma and its scales start turning from what you know as like usually red dragons are long, massive red scales. They start hardening in front of you and turning crystalline. And the dragon is looking at those two and goes, there is something dark inside of both of you. Suppression and you, hunger.
So you're telling us that the dragon is our therapist?
Yes.
We finally found them?
Third, final battle was actually therapy. Surprise.
Oh, I see.
Screw. That's why it takes place where there's a lot of lava. It's spicy therapy.
It's spicy therapy, and you can't run away. You can't run away from your fears. You're trapped here.
Run straight into the magma.
Exactly.
Oh,
bye.
Bye. Something dark. Suppression and fear. Hunger and terror. You are children, ancient though you may be. And they're looking at you, Eugene, when they say that. But this is not something that should be inside of either of you. And Wilret, you feel something tugging just at like the base of your stomach.
Oh, no.
It is sort of like you feel like you are about to vomit as something is just pulling and ripping, and then there is a burning sensation in your hand.
Gonorrhea.
Yes, gonorrhea. But there, it feels as if something on your hand is burning.
Okay.
And it is. You see that it's
the ring.
It is the ring, and it feels as if it is burning to the just sitting on your hand. You think it is burning you.
When is it? Whose turn is it?
Technically it's the dragon's turn, and it just did a spell, and then I'm just describing the actions.
Okay.
And then afterwards it will go to Salem. It is your turn as you are watching this happen. But it feels as if something is burning deep inside of you, and your like something is tugging at your navel, and there is a burning in your hand. And then Eugene, those whispers are still there, but you don't feel as stressed out as you usually do when they're present. And then Salem, you made your movement, and then what would you like to do?
I'm gonna pull my frog out from my cleavage and throw it towards, not throw it, but put it down on the ground and send it off to Wilret.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my action to cast message at Willrat and say, give the frog the ring.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I will say you'll have to do that on your turn.
Yeah.
You cannot just do that now. But that would then bring us to Cornelius. I mean, not Cornelius.
No,
Eugene.
It's not my turn.
I was about
Okay.
to say, didn't Cornelius start?
Yes, that was incorrect of me. Eugene, it is your turn. There are whispers in the back of your head, but they're not nearly as, I'll say, violent as they usually are. You feel more in control of them than when they are usually in control of you. I believe you were holding an action. No, wait, what it was?
I was holding an action.
I'm just standing right next to Willrat. I'm
Alrighty.
not gonna quite do anything. I'm gonna hold my action. I'm just gonna stare at the dragon and I'm gonna say again, I don't want to be this way. Do you think that I do? I'm terrified of hurting my friends. That's why I need this wish.
Oh no. Alrighty. Is that your turn?
That's everything.
Alrighty. Then that would move us back to Willret.
Cool.
In my notes, this is titled Therapy Dragon Battle.
Love it. As it should be. Okay. I will hold up my hand towards the dragon to show this, like, ring that's, like, burning into my hand, and I will look at it and go, you're right. My whole life I had to suppress my magic because it wasn't okay where I'm from. And then I came here to fucking school and got told over and over again it wasn't okay. So fuck it. I will take my ring off and then I will drop it to the frog that's at my feet.
The frog, oh yeah, who said put it in the frog's mouth?
Yeah, I'll just like drop it down onto the frog
Blam. Alrighty.
and just look at Dragon and be like, that's why we need this. Because the person who's told me my whole life and gave me that ring, that apparently is torture, that I've just gotten so used to the pain that makes no difference anymore. They have others who are going to make this wish. We just need your help, my dude.
Lovely. Willret, when you took the ring off, you've taken it off every now and then, just when your friends had like finally mentioned it to you, but you never took it very far from you. It was sort of off your finger and hovering there, and then you would put it right back on. Taking it off now, and then it is away from you. It is the most relieving inside of you. That tugging sensation goes away immediately, and you just feel a sense of like warmth and relaxation, as if you are no longer clenching a muscle that you've been clenching for years now. And is that your turn? If so, it will move over to Cornelius.
Yeah, that will. I guess I'll once again hold an action if I have one in case this dragon makes a attack upon Eugene. I will defend, but
Cornelius, then it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit, so I'm a little further away from the lava.
Safe
Yeah,
distance.
so I guess it seems like you want to do good things for my friends, and there's a lot more students at the school who could use people that do good things. Maybe you just want to come teach there? I think you'd fit in.
Can I get a wisdom save from you? Cornelius.
Is it a magic effect? Because I get advantage on it if
It is a magical effect, technically. It's not a spell. But it is an
I
effect.
think it's a spell. Let me double check it.
But yeah, I would
Oh,
still
just
give you the
say magic.
advantage. If it's just magic, then yeah, you get that advantage.
22.
Oh, you pass, so you take half damage. You take half damage of 4, and it's 4 fire damage.
So 4 is the half, or
No, so half it to 2. You take 2 fire damage.
Okay.
As you feel that same sort of sensation, as you feel as if something sort of starts looking deep into you now, as the dragon turns its gaze to look at you, and there's that deep well of like something looking at you intrinsically into your own magic. And for a moment you feel as if there is there are 2 brief moments, one where you feel it's if it is looking at your magic, and then the magic you've been granted by Professor Moriarty, and you feel as if those, just looking at them, they are far closer than they were before, where you sort of had the conscious decision of the magic you learned from Professor Moriarty and your magic. You think they might be mingling.
Cool.
The 2 types of magic.
That's always good.
And
The damage I take, does it feel like it came from the dragon looking at me, or does it feel like it came from the magic that he gave me reacting poorly to the dragon looking at me?
you think it might be the poor reaction itself, as if like the dragon was clearly doing an effect, but because it looked at you and those 2, it's 3 different kinds of magic all mixing together, and your magic was pretty accepting of it, but you think Professor Moriarty's is perhaps a little bit more paranoid and didn't react well to dragon magic touching your soul.
He seems like a paranoid fellow.
Yeah, but you do feel at that moment as if your magic and Moriarty's are merging, so now you have your own sort of intrinsic spells.
Cool. I don't think I want to do anything. Again, I'll just hold my action. If I see him get attacked, then I'll use an ability.
I really want to show you my notes because they say unclear if party will fight or actually do therapy.
That's valid.
I was unsure. That does take us then to the dragon's turn, who has now the three out of 4 of you have gone to therapy time, and the dragon sort of turns and looks at Salem. I can't figure out how to turn this dragon around. I don't remember how. As it says to the 3 of you, each of you are in need of some kind of aid. What is it you need? Looking at you, Salem. And then, if you would like, you can use a free action to speak, or if you want longer, you can wait till your turn, which would be right after this. So
I've been muted. I've been actually saying things.
Whoops.
I'm fine.
Make a deception check.
I'm fine.
Do you believe that?
17?
Nat 20? On
I
insight?
mean, I don't. You're just telling me they have a nat 20 of insight. You're not.
As the
Fine.
dragon just looks at you and it goes, "You are fine, as all children who have suffered feel they are fine. Will you
Not
accept?
my real mom?
I am not. Would you like to meet her? Perhaps.
God no.
Speaking
I'm
of-
good. Thank you. I'm good.
Perhaps you wish to have a mother, one who could care for you in the ways the
This would be
streets
much
could
more
not.
fun if you continued focusing on them. I think that would be great.
Can I have you make a wisdom save? This goes.
I mean,
Do
I
you
don't
not
think
like
I
it?
can add, 11 because I
no.
was 0 in wisdom.
Oof.
So
You could technically pass. As you take these goddamn ones. 3, 4, 5 fire damage. The dragon just says to you, do you avoid
Did it-
the center of
did
attention?
fire damage?
Fire, specifically, yeah.
5.
Yes, just 5.
I'm gonna reaction of absorb elements to half that. I only want 2 damage. I'm fighting this shit. 2
Valid.
damage.
But you do hear it says, do you enjoy when others take the center of attention away from you? Do you wish to stay in the shadows, where no one can see you and no one can judge? Are you safest there?
you're talking to the wrong person. I would prefer to jump into the lava than do therapy.
You also feel that same tug on your inside as if it is pulling at your magic, just something looking at you intrinsically.
You know, that sucks, what you're doing.
It feels uncomfortable. It's sort of the feeling like when you're at the doctor and you know it's like it's not painful, it's just uncomfortable. But that passes then to Eugene. As this dragon is doling out free therapy.
Yeah, I'm holding my action. I'm not doing anything. I'm just letting this all happen.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna ask real quick. Are the rest of you all gonna hold an action on your turn? You're muted, Liz, if you're speaking.
If it's going to attack, I will respond in kind.
Okay. But if it
If
doesn't,
it is not
It has
showing,
thoroughly attacked me. You
It's
should be attacking it by now.
it's attacked you all emotionally in your feelings. Yeah. It's made you think about your life and how you feel about yourself.
Oh god, yeah.
So I mean, if you're counting that as an attack, then yes, it has.
no, I mean, other than trying to force us into talking about our feelings.
Yeah.
You see, then yeah, I will ask if you are all going to hold actions. I will say I'm going to loosen the initiative just so that you can do
Not
things.
holding actions. They are. I'm
Mhm.
not. I'm scheming.
Yeah. There's not much I can do
Fair.
that isn't combat, so I will just keep waiting and see if it turns hostile
It
towards us physically, not mentally.
it's you. I will say over a couple of rounds then, because it does not attack you. Once you've all had the wisdom save, so you don't feel that anymore. But it is now giving out life advice. So I will say each round. Cornelius, you do see it look at you and go. I can see there's something else part of you, a magic foreign to you. Who is calling me? A magic foreign to your own. Do you wish to share with it, or do you wish to push it away?
Well, I kind of asked for it, so
I see.
I'd like to keep it.
And do you feel safe with this? Do you feel as if you can control this magic?
The first time I tried, I couldn't, but I'm confident in myself that I will get better.
It nods at you and just goes, Then I will grant you this. And you feel, briefly, as the last time you had interacted with this magic, a sort of flash of burning before it goes away. And you feel it is no longer a sort of separation between your magic and Moriarty's. It is just all your magic, but you feel as if you have access to the knowledge that Moriarty had. And that list of spells that I gave you, you have all of them.
Oh boy.
So, have fun with that. You think that you might have, like, bypassed Moriarty, sort of, you have to train with me, and just absorbed his knowledge? Wilret, you felt, I think we went through yours, of your magic changed, and you feel as if it is sort of flowing through your body now. It is no longer a clenching muscle, but is, you can feel, like, bits of lightning just crackling along your fingertips, and around you, Eugene, you see the wind sort of shifts around Wilret as your, storm sorcery sort of builds inside of you.
It's electrifying.
It's electrifying.
Just kind of give you like a little pinch on the arm.
You get a little shock.
This is really weird, man.
Do you think if we tell the teachers that we're bringing back the life experience that this dragon has given us, that they'll count that?
I don't know.
Eugene, those whispers in your
No,
head.
any of you are talking about, but all this dragon's doing is dishing out bullshit.
Is that what you believe? That this is words unworthy of your time or your knowledge?
Therapy is bullshit unless it's other people. Then they need it. I don't need it.
And you believe that?
Thoroughly.
That you are not in need of any kind of support or a helping hand or a shoulder to lean on?
Where's this coming from? Are you the therapy dragon?
Yes, I am the lava therapy dragon. I crawl out every few centuries and give therapy to children.
Santa? Like spicy?
Yeah, I'm spicy Santa. You have each failed to hide your intentions, and I have seen into your...
What intentions have I had?
There are those intentions that even you might not be aware of deep in your soul. You may not know them, but they are there. Thoughts, feelings, ideas.
Your mother.
My mother was lovely. I loved her very dearly. And she loved me.
You had this one. Ugh.
Did you give therapy to Jeffrey Hemhart?
Ah, the lost paladin. We spoke for some time, and he thought it best for him to leave these lands. And I do not begrudge him that. You have made yourselves clear you wish for something. And to gain this wish, you require my assistance in going somewhere. I will allow you your wish. And I will go with you. If only to ensure that no others get this wish. Then they, give you a nod, Will Red. But in
Thank you.
return, you must do something for me.
I don't like this pyramid scheme.
You will make me an oath to keep yourself safe and happy and healthy.
Fuck this shit.
Don't, Salem, don't start calling bullshit now. You're the one that's...
If you three want to go and have a
enough.
happy life, you can. But there's no such thing as a happy life.
You can wish for one.
No. I'm gonna wish for enough money to make myself satisfied.
And will that make you happy then? When you have your
No.
piles of
No,
gold?
you're not a part of this. I'm fighting with them now.
I will leave you be then.
I'm gonna cast message to Wilret as I ignore this bickering. Do you think we can survive the dragon back?
I'll respond. That'd actually be a really cool way to enter the arena. Actually.
It really would, and it would make my life feel great. So this dragon should definitely do that.
I'll cast message. Be like, oh hey, and I can cast message now apparently. This is
Oh,
kind of cool.
it's pretty handy, right?
I'll cast it again. Yeah, it's really kind of useful. I'd have been taught to my brother a long time ago using this thing.
Why are the two of you just staring at each other?
You see that they're
Hello?
just staring.
I think it's kind. I don't think it's something we should intrude on. I think they're. I don't know. Anyways, Salem. Shut up! I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. You deserve to be happy too. So do that.
What?
You do deserve to be happy.
You deserve.
Oh.
I agree, you
Why
do.
does it have to get going get weird? This is just weird now.
You
It's
are
gonna get weird, my dude.
deserving of happiness.
I swear, if any of you try to hug me,
I'm gonna start going towards Salem with my arms
what?
open.
I will destroy you.
And
Are you
give him
stopping
a great
this hug?
big hug.
I cast mirror image.
You just see the dragon looks at each
You
of
go-
those and blows. They just let out a breath, and each of the mirror versions of you disappear.
Oh,
So it goes, do you prefer hiding behind illusions, keeping people from knowing the real you?
is Wilret in the middle of hugging me?
Yes. Well, you see the rest of the Salem's disappear, and it is now just
I
your
was like
friend.
obviously going towards the wrong one in
Yep,
the
you were.
corrected course. And despite the fact that I am shorter than you, I will pick you up in a bear hug.
You
I
bear.
don't like any of this.
Should we join this group hug, Eugene?
No.
You can go for it.
No.
Shh, shh, shh. Just let it happen. Shh, 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 shh.
Suck.
You suck
Alrighty.
too.
The dragon sort of looks at you at this little hug, as well as the Eugene and Cornelius, as you two are hanging out, and goes, "Now, I will return with you to your school, your wizarding school, I believe.
Yeah.
Where do you take your learning? What is the name of your school?"
Liftswon Institute
I see. That would make more
of
sense.
Magic shit.
Is
I-
something wrong?
The school, I have heard stories of said institute. And
I can
it's-
promise
Teachers are
they're
criminal, and I don't understand.
Some do criminal activities and don't realize that they are illegal, as it is the only way they feel they can truly understand themselves.
This is why I think it'd be a great addition to the school, because they mess up a lot of kids there with their weirdness.
I'm sure.
Why is this happening?
I don't believe I can fit in your teleportation circle. Which, just looking at it, it's way too small for a dragon. It was not, there was no dragon in mind when it was clearly made. If you are amenable, I will fly you back to your school.
Yes. Very amenable.
Yes, please. My
I'm
brother
going to
will
have
literally
the
shit himself.
entire time.
Is it gonna be safe?
It will be as safe as flying usually is. I will endeavor to make sure none of you fall.
Okay, the three of you enjoy your dragon ride over the night sky. I'm gonna just go into that portal.
Salem, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I will say,
It's
Sailor,
true.
you also remember,
I wish to ride my own dragon, and I'll walk through the portal.
I will say, Salem, you stand there remembering that the rules were it doesn't work unless the whole team is on there.
Hey.
So, you can hang out here.
Up! Uppies!
The dragon does, like, lean down for all of you to climb on.
Fine.
And it just
I'll
says,
come on.
I will
Scurrying on quickly.
Alright, Puff.
I will endeavor to make sure none of you fall. However, if you are perhaps running or jumping around on my back, I can only do so much.
Got it.
Do you, give us a warning before you hit turbulence?
I will make you aware of when we are reaching points that you could fall in.
Thank you. This went a lot
Alright.
different than I thought it would.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very, very different than I thought it would go. I didn't expect you to actually go to therapy.
I didn't.
I was like, I just assumed you'd fight this. But alrighty, yeah, the four of you clamber on the back of this dragon. And it starts taking off, and I'm gonna take us off the combat screen, because we're good. So it starts taking off on its way to the school, and that is where we're gonna take our break.
Oofda.
Oof. But yeah, so we
Oh my
will
God.
be on break. Since this is a little recorded, we will not see you soon, but we'll be back in about, I will say, 10 minutes.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Goodbye.
Yay.
want therapy.
Yep. So, welcome back. Where last we left off, the party had to do dragon therapy. They decided instead of fighting that they would actually do therapy instead of doing a therapy battle, as I assumed.
What is a therapy battle?
So, after having some talks about their emotions and where they want to be in life and how they feel about themselves, and
I
like
wanted the therapy beaten out of me.
who you are, not healthy. Not even a little bit healthy.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that here. We ain't doing that here.
Yes, you could definitely fight this dragon with multiple phases of its form. So, the four of you are on the back of a red dragon as it flies across the countryside towards your
Moret,
school.
are you ever gonna stop hugging me?
I guess. Are you gonna jump?
No. 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 No.
You saying no over and over again makes me feel like maybe?
I had to think about it. And it was always no.
Okay. Sure. I mean, I'll let go.
Do you immediately jump off?
I don't have Featherfall prepared, so please don't jump off.
I'll just aim for the magma. It'll be fine.
You are currently past the magma and onto fields of wheat and grain as you are flying by the countryside itself on your way to school. You're pretty far out as you realize the dragon's moving quickly, but you were definitely very far from your school.
The dragon was killed in the final battle. I don't understand.
There was rumor that they both disappeared. Unclear what happened.
Okay, they just gave each other therapy. All right.
You think that
But
might
they
have
got
been the
tired.
case? They just had therapy and were like, you know what, let's get our lives together.
We don't need to do this. Let's.
The downside of dragons being intelligent creatures is that they can talk to you and just have a conversation. But yeah, so
All
it
right.
takes about what you think should be roughly 6 hours of travel, like if you were on cart, is only about 30 minutes on dragon.
So, do you think that the other students also had to do this, or was this? I thought this was all an illusion, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe we're bringing 3 dragons to descend upon the school at once.
That'd be a
Or
threat.
maybe it could be something like everyone has kind of like this like really huge task that they have to be able to do.
And our task was therapy.
Maybe they scale it based on your points.
And our
It
task
could
was
be.
therapy. Wait,
I don't-
they determined, based on how viciously we destroyed the enemy, that we would get therapy as our final challenge?
Maybe Pontius said something. I don't know.
That you all need emotional
I'll
care
put
and
that
support.
Was this because I said that we would decimate whoever we were against in the finals?
Maybe this could all be on you.
Oh.
And so yeah, the dragon doesn't really talk to you while flying. They seem a little too focused on flying and making sure no one falls off. So you have about 30 minutes before you get back. You see the school sort of come up on the horizon. And I will remind you, your school it's separated from the city, but your school is in the capital of this country. So you hear screaming before you even see things, as people just see a massive dragon flying overhead towards. You just hear people screaming, looking down, because as you're getting like lower, as you get closer to the school, people are.
Arrows flying.
You do see a couple arrows hitting the underside of the dragon. They just bounce right off.
Oh, sorry.
Can I use the cloud script on my wand to just write, "It's okay, we're with Liftswon" in the sky?
Yeah,
We're with Liftswon.
yeah. That's only 5 words. You go ahead. You write that. You see a couple of the arrows. Like some of the guards just stop. They're like, "Of course, the fucking school." But they're still screaming as some people aren't looking at the sky anymore because of the dragon and are just kind of running around. Which you think less people are shooting now, so that helps.
That's good.
But there is still panic and screaming, people scrambling. You see carts overturning. The marketplace looks like a disaster.
Oh man.
It may have been a bad idea to bring them back here, honestly.
I mean, it was our assignment, though.
I mean, I'm not saying that we did a bad thing. I'm saying that the school did a bad thing.
Oh, well,
Again.
what's new?
Even though their soldiers aren't shooting, you do see people mobilizing as if just on the off chance the dragon, starts murdering. They are perhaps on their way towards Liftswon.
Thinking about it, this is how I wanted to see people all this time, as just ants to me.
That was a weird statement.
I'm worried.
What?
Yeah,
Sorry, no, I was just
I think
thinking.
you should tell the dragon that one later.
Do you need another dragon session?
I have a whole villain arc just planned.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
like clutching the dragon at this point. Like I'm terrified of not looking down.
Valid.
So I'm not even hearing this. I'm just like,
You don't hear Salem admitting to their own villain arc in the corner. Hey, listen, if you really want to pursue it, just become a teacher at Liftswon.
Yeah.
At Liftswon. Then you can really
Always
pursue
my
your
dream.
villainous desires.
I mean, this is
I'm a
really cool to
villain,
ride a dragon.
powerful enough that they need me to be a teacher instead. It'll be fine.
Yep. But so you don't head to the Coliseum itself as the dragon sort of heads towards. Only the really rich students use this, but there is an airship dock. As your school is sort of higher up on the mountains, and there is a dock for people. The airships are incredibly expensive. There are like 2 or 3 students that use this.
Is there anyone
Sorry,
there
could
that's
you?
like watching?
that one crystal bitch, isn't it?
You see they land and sort of crush a little bit one of the airships under their claw, and they just go to land in the area and let you go. Is it? This
Do we
is.
see that person?
You don't see. There's no one standing. It's like no one's in the parking lot of the school right now.
And who can I turn to and say, "Daddy gave me a new red dragon"?
I mean, we actually need to go to the Coliseum.
Do we? Doesn't the headmistress just kind of see everything?
Chime in your head. Ding. Yes. Students, you have completed the 3rd and final task. Congratulations. Please make your way to the Coliseum for your reward, along with your quite alive friend.
You said you wanted them alive.
The 2-way message. Hello?
You hear a chime just in your head, Salem. What would you like to ask?
I just wanted to say, why?
Please make your way to the Coliseum for your reward.
I thought the reward was therapy.
We're supposed to head down to the Coliseum with you. Do you mind actually dropping us off there?
My
Meeting up
apologies.
there, and I hop off and start walking.
Oh, all right. I mean, it's not
Actually,
far.
I really just want to see my brother's face when I ride in on a dragon.
It would also kind of be funny to see how Pontios reacts.
I mean, Salem, you are free to hop off since the dragon has landed. So you can get off
Totally
safely.
hop off and start huffing my way down.
Yeah. It's not far, so I mean, the dragon's definitely going to get there before you.
Yeah.
But as the rest of you, are you staying on the dragon to get flown in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
So the 3 of you stay on. Salem, you see the dragon sort of just looks at you and goes, "I will meet you at the destination. I hope you have a lovely walk."
I will.
And it just starts flapping. You can see as it flies up, one of the airships is just completely crushed, and you can see it's got like emblazoned seats, with like when someone puts their name on some of the chairs, and you can just see it says Becky. It is Rebecca Crystal.
I want to walk over to that and take part of it off so I can throw it at them later.
Go ahead.
Perfect.
What specific? Are you trying to take a specific
I want to
part of
grab
the
the
airship?
Becky. I'll take my knife out and I will fully just cut off the
like
word Becky.
the emblazoned headrest.
Yep.
You just taking it off. Alrighty. Cool. And the 3 of you. So I will say, Salem, you're able to take that, and then you walk on over.
This was my reward.
Fair.
It'll take you about 10 minutes, Salem, just to walk there. It's not super far. But for the rest of you, it's less than a minute. Just a quick hover and then go.
This is the one that got in a fight with us, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
This is the one you shared detention with for a while.
Perfect.
But the three of you, you fly into the Colosseum on the back of this dragon, and you hear just like for a moment, just a hush over the crowd, and it's just silent as people stare at it before some of the students just lose their mind and start screaming like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" You hear screams and cheers, like people are losing it.
I'll definitely look over towards my brother.
He is shaking Lucian. He's like not even. He's just like, "Look at this!" Look. Even Lucian's like, "Oh, he." Like his composure is lost as he is like fully a child going, "Is that a dragon?" It's like full 11-year-old is like, "Oh, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen."
I am looking for Pontios.
Pontius is staring in confusion, like, because again, didn't know what the task was. It's just like, what happened? What? Also,
I'm just
mainly
gonna
you would have
very
popped in.
slowly peer over.
He goes, what are you doing?"
They
Huh?
puked the whole way.
I'm gonna give a thumbs up to the pixie roommate.
Your pixie roommate is doing little circle laps in their seat, just staring at you, going, and just screaming and clapping. It's very tiny screams and very tiny claps. But
Perfect.
They're the ones that matter.
exactly.
Yes.
You all land in the center of the Colosseum. The teachers themselves look a little confused. Cornelius, you see, there's no mask on Moriarty's face as he just stares in straight up confusion at the dragon. A lot of the teachers look shocked and confused. They're looking at each other, and you just see whispering, like, "Did you know this was? There was a dragon was the task." Okay, we shouldn't be letting children do that. So you just hear whispering and like confusion between all of the professors. But yeah, the three of you touch down right in the center of the Colosseum. You don't see any of the other teams. You know that there were only 2 other teams left.
Hey.
Cheers. Just immediate cheers. The dragon sort of like leans over to let the 3 of you down so you can get off.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
course.
You've been very helpful.
Of course. Thank you for your honesty when pressed. And the 3 of you, I will say, Salem, you enter in through the main entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see there are a couple of students who like look at you in confusion, then look at the dragon, then look at you.
I
But
didn't want to ride the dragon. Stupid dragon.
You see, there's one of the. It's like a 7-year-old who's just like, "But there's dragon. There's a dragon.
He's a stupid dragon.
Oh,
I walk
it's-
over to the dragon.
These dragons are cool."
What does a general look like?
He is looking at you at you, Wilret, and you can see he's looking at you, and then he looks down a little, then he keeps looking back at your eyes, and you can see that he's staring at you in confusion. Make an insight check.
Oh, he can probably
And-
tell.
Oh, he can definitely tell. 16, because I have no insight.
That still passes as you watch him sort of look at you, and then look at your hand, and then look back at your eyes, and it's a bit hard now to control since it's been so long since you've had this ring off, and like you haven't had time to develop a lot of control. So there is every now and then just bits of static on you, or like the wind shifting in the opposite direction. And he just looks at you and starts deeply frowning.
I'm just going to raise up my eyebrow and stare back at him.
And he is glaring at you. He doesn't say anything, but he is looking directly at you.
Dope.
All right. The cheering starts to slowly die down, and there is a chime.
Down as I enter.
No, it just like well, also a little bit because it's 10 minutes of consecutive cheer. They get tired. People are like, "All right, it's enough time."
A minute of celebration's enough. Yeah.
Exactly. So you all hear a chime in your head again, as the headmistress goes, "Congratulations, students! You have you 4 have completed the final challenge first. You will be granted each one true wish. Now, that will be given to you in however configuration you'd like, and for bringing in this dragon alive and well, you'll be granted your wishes. Make your way to the teacher's podium." And you see some of the teachers part.
Can the dragon go home now?
Are you saying this to the chime? To the
Yeah.
headmistress? No.
Yeah.
We have a request of the dragon. And then they will leave. Surely you would like your friends to see your wish.
They get to leave after. I mean, as long as they get to go home and you're not doing something bad to them. They're very nice.
I'm sure they are.
That feels shifty.
And this is only in Cornelius' head.
Oh, damn it.
Because Cornelius was the one to ask the question, so it was just a back and forth. But yeah, you do see teachers have moved out of the way to allow for the four of you to fit on the podium.
I'm going to message Salem. I think the headmistress might have bad plans for a dragon friend.
That's to be 100% expected. Why else would they have sent us there and asked us to do it specifically when they could do it themselves? But since they can't do it themselves, clearly they had to bring a whole bunch of students there. It's a thing.
I see.
So, what would you all like to do? Are you going to stick by the dragon, or do you move forward?
I'm moving forward to the podium.
Yeah, I don't know any difference, so I will just say thank you to the dragon.
I'll move
I'll
forward.
also thank the dragon as we leave.
Thank you.
Say thank you. Move forward.
He gives you all a little nod. Yeah, you step onto the podium. You can see the teachers have sort of moved to the side. Cornelius, you get a little wink from Moriarty. Eugene, you get a halfway from Pontias, where he doesn't put his hand up, but he does the wave at waist level. Will Red, you're getting glared at by General Weimer.
I just strut up.
He's not taking his eyes off you. Salem, you do hear just two specifically loud cheers in the audience.
Hey.
Okay.
Who are just looking at you. See it is Simone and Buckler.
Perfect.
They're sitting next to each other, but cheering.
Damn it. Now, what are we doing now? What is happening now?
Now is your wish. Just chime in your head. Now is your wish. Please state your intentions out loud for the magic to take effect. And you may each make your wishes in whichever order you would like.
Well, Red, you first. I'm going to keep an eye on your teacher while you do it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I kind of very scrawny defensively post beside Willrat.
Don't do it. Don't wish for chocolate.
Wish for chocolate.
I won't. Can one of you go first while Liz thinks of a wish that makes sense?
We can always take a break.
We can take a break if you'd like.
Break.
Take a quick break while we think of some wishes.
Am I the only one who needs a wish?
Everyone gets one.
I know, but do you guys have one? This is
I
Liz
have
asking.
mine, yeah.
I've got one.
Salem, do you
Then
have one?
go ahead.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to have Willard go first if you would like.
Oh, I'm waiting.
Oh.
Or we could pretend while Liz thinks of it, we'll do the other ones and then pretend that Willret's was first.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, the worry that we had was that
That
They would do something.
they would do something, and
something
someone would have to use their wish to undo it.
Okay,
That's
I
fair.
will. Okay, I think I have one. I might regret this later, but it's fine. It's totally what Wilrit would do.
What's your wish?
I wish for my family to be cared for and to be happy and healthy. Simple, but it's what they deserve. My parents, my brother.
Do you specifically say your parents and your brother as part of that?
Yeah.
Alrighty. You feel something tug in your stomach as if, and then from your
As
center,
you die because that was no.
as you die because that
I
wasn't
was
the
great.
wish
The
you were
whole
told.
time, I'm just like making eye contact with Burns.
He's crying. He's just over in the corner just sobbing. It's ruining his little cat whiskers that are painted on.
Buddy.
I'm keeping eye contact with I can't remember his name, but the professor
Weimer.
Weimer. Yeah.
Yeah. So you,
Oh,
as
yeah.
you
I'm
speak
like,
your wish out loud, you see something like a little storm cloud pull from your chest, Willret. And then it crackles in front of you and then disperses, and you see like a pulse of magic as it passes from you. You see it like spreads out, and it doesn't touch anything until it reaches your brother. And then he just like you see a little glow around him, and you see it spreads further, and then you can no longer see it past the horizon. You think it might be going towards your home.
Okay. And then I'll look down at General
Home
Weimer.
cloud to your family.
I mean, I had like a great grandfather. They said had like storm magic and shit, but fear's all just stories.
Huh.
Yep.
Was the wish distorted in any way?
No, but it was specified, so it will do what it does.
Perfect.
You don't see anything different with your brother. He's still sobbing a little bit as he's just like crying, and like you can see Lucian has like an awkward arm around his shoulder. I'm like, hey, it's okay.
There.
There. He's handing him a handkerchief.
After the wish is done, I'll just look down and make direct eye contact with Weimer, just like unwavering eye contact.
And he's got like a huff on his face. Let's also, speaking, let me roll something. Where's my, nope. Oh. 69, nice.
Hey. Nice.
Yep, so they both do. I will say I'm rolling to see if the other two teams make it. You see they both, the 69 and the other roll, both they pop in. You see, like, while your wish is happening, you see the other two teams pop into their teleportation areas, not flying in. Team Life Support pops in, look entirely fine. There is not a scratch on any of them.
Oh, good.
And then the other team, the Wind Swords, you see both Fern and Elwyn are unconscious again.
Oh, no.
And it is just Izzard dragging both of their bodies over and then just pulling them towards healers.
None of them have dragons with them.
None of them have dragons with them. Although you think perhaps the Windsor team might have failed, which is why they don't have it, because even Izzard looks messed up. You think they might have just like ran for their life instead of whatever it was. And then Team Life Support, you're not sure if they would have taken a dragon.
Yeah, I think they would consider that scary and leave.
So it is just those two. But
Did everyone complete the task?
You're not sure. You didn't hear anything in your heads for them, but you just saw them pop in. So you don't know if they completed the task or not, but they're at least back. I will say then, Willret, your wish goes through, or at least you think it does. General Weimer has not stopped glaring at you. He's doing his not blink thing again, where he just doesn't
I'll
blink.
just stare back at him.
Not
Alrighty.
blinking? Or blinking a lot?
I will blink a lot.
You just rapid fire blinking. You do it so much that it makes him blink, just because out of like association.
Yeah.
And just goes, and just looks grumpier. Alrighty, who wants to go next on their wish?
I'll pat Cornelius on the back. What about you?
Sure, I'll go next.
Alrighty. Cornelius, what would you like to wish for?
I wish to have the knowledge of the first Wizard of Mon's lost written works written into my memory alongside my current memories and knowledge.
Clever. Also, you feel a throbbing headache come on. As just like, you feel as if you have that knowledge, but it's all at once, And you think it's going to take maybe some time for you to be able to parse through this information.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
But it's just immediate migraine right away. Like, it just, way too much information, way too quickly.
I'll
Uh,
sit down.
yeah. And what was it specifically that you said?
I wish to have the knowledge of the first wizard Amon's lost works written to my memory alongside my current memories and knowledge.
Okay. Yep. So you feel that information passing through you. It is a lot to parse through. You're like, it's a little too heavy just immediately because it's just too much right at once. And you're like, you think for a moment you think you have the knowledge of like true resurrection. And you're like, that's got to go away. Then pops in knowledge of like how to open a portal to the nine hells. And you're like, it's too much all at once.
That's fair. While I'm sorting through it, though, I will keep an eye out on anything that sounds like it could save a dragon.
Alrighty, yeah, I will roll for that. You do hear what sounds like a message. It's a little loud in there, but you do hear what sounds like someone casting message to you. As you just hear Professor Moriarty in your head going, I knew it was a good idea to make you my pupil.
All right. I probably can't message back because I'm sorting through a
Yeah.
whole lot of stuff. I'll just sit down.
Yeah, they don't expect a message back as you're like, it's too much going on in your head for this to, it's too much. But they sort of look at you and nod. And then I will say, Salem or Eugene, which of you would like to go?
I'm going last. I'll be okay.
I understand you don't want any of us to reverse whatever your wish is.
No, it's just I can wait to be last.
You want to do what you said you would, take away whatever this is from you, this hunger. And you're worried that I might say, oh, that sounds like a bad idea, and I can assure
No.
you.
No, not at
I
all.
won't.
That's not what it is at all. I just ladies first.
I don't need a wish. I'll attain ultimate power on my own, and I'll walk off the stage.
Do you wish to forfeit your wish? Chime in your head, and then, do you wish to forfeit your wish?
I don't need it.
Very well. And Salem, you feel as if there is what was a brief building up of magic in your chest dissipate immediately.
And I'll walk away.
Feeling time. Alrighty, then are you fully just leaving the Coliseum?
Yep.
Oh. I don't even want to stay for the after party. Alrighty, then that, I guess, will take us to Eugene. Unless, is
I've
anyone...
DM'd you my wish.
Ah. Would you like me to read it out loud, or is this a secret that you're keeping, your wish?
He is going to whisper it under his breath.
Ah, okay. Let's see. I need to read this. That is definitely a wish you can make. So you, I will say, since it is just Willret and Cornelius up here still, you see that Eugene is muttering something under their breath. He's got a little. He's not saying his wish. He's saying it out loud, but you don't think you can parse what's happening.
I just kind of like, kind of hands in front of me, just kind of hoping, twiddling my thumbs, and just. And do I feel as it's happening?
Yeah, so you feel a sort of like black tar-like substance. Instead of coming out of just your chest, Eugene, it starts pouring out of just every open orifice, like your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears.
gosh.
I'm going to try and turn to the two of them for just a split second and say, thank you for being the best friends that I could ever have asked for.
And Eugene sort of melts into a puddle of black tar. And all that is left is a single band and just a puddle of black tar-like goo on the ground.
Wow, I have a headache, but did that really just happen, or am I seeing things?
What the fuck? Pontius? What the fuck?
Yeah, Pontius is just running towards the stage and then gets halfway there and just stops. Goes, wait, what? What was I doing? What?
Dude, what are you doing?
And then you see that something happens to Pontius as their eyes start also turning black, and then their orifices also start leaking out that same sort of black tar. And they also drop to the ground into a puddle of black tar with only that band left.
What do they wish for?
I don't know.
Some of the teachers look incredibly concerned, specifically Lady von Stein, who is looking frantic in between these two puddles of tar and going, okay, that is, I believe the end of the tournament.
Do you know what happened?
What happened?
I believe students of mine disappeared.
What do you mean you believe?
I'm not entirely sure what just happened. Who was standing here? There was someone here.
Do I remember who was standing there?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Do I make one too?
Yeah.
Is it count as magic? Do I get the advantage on it or no?
It does not count as magic.
Okay.
So I rolled a natural 1, but I do have a lucky feat. So I'm gonna try it again.
Yep, go ahead.
I got an 18.
I got a 19.
So you both do pass, and it's a little hazy. You're pretty sure your friend Eugene was there. You don't remember exactly what they look like, but you had a friend named Eugene who was right here. They were right here. You're pretty sure.
Eugene, right? That was their name?
Yeah, they were here. But
Okay, so theoretically, we all just made a wish for somebody, and it's possible they wished themselves out of
Salem and
existence.
this person is gone. Where did they go?
Well, we know Salem walked away, right? We definitely saw
You definitely saw that.
that. Okay.
But yeah, there's just two piles of goo and some metal bracelets on the ground that you don't exactly remember why they're there.
it's weird. They must have walked away or left. I guess.
Well, then that doesn't make sense if Lady von Stein doesn't remember them. I think this is some magic stuff happening.
Oh god, this magic shit has already started giving me a headache, and I literally just started using mine.
I have a headache too, but maybe in time I can find a way to reverse whatever just happened.
Can you reverse a wish spell?
Actually, I will say, make an Arcana check,
Wouldn't have wish usually.
Cornelius.
Yeah, right? Let's do this competition again, kids.
It's a nat 20 for 27.
So
Oh,
you're
shit.
parsing through this knowledge in your mind that is just like, it is stressing you out. But as you're trying to go through it, you think you, for a moment, have one thought of you are able to undo a true wish. There's a ritual that might be able to undo something, as long as you know what it is that happened.
Actually, yes, I think there is a way to undo a true wish. We have to know exactly what happened, and I'm going to pull out a piece of paper and start trying to write it down while I have that thought in my head.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You write down most of it. I will say you think you might need a couple more minutes of just decompressing mentally to get the full thing, but you definitely get most of this ritual down. You know that it doesn't have a time limit, so it can undo something regardless of how old it is.
Yeah, so we can take our time on this, and we can fix it. We just have to remember, I think, that this is something we were doing.
What if they don't want us to fix it? I mean, if this was their wish.
I mean, that's possible. But, I hope he ends up being the selfish one in that situation.
I don't know.
While this is happening. One, Salem, just want to check. So you were just walking. Did you have a
Walking
destination in
away
mind?
while flicking that ring up and down with my hand, thinking about what I'm gonna do with it.
Villain shit. But alrighty, see, I will.
Fine.
I'm gonna give you the Breakfast Club treatment, just like the what's when they walk away and they just put their fist in the air. And you're like,
Yep.
that's what's happening. But also, real quick, to while you two are talking, in just like imagine a camera zooming in on that tar, and just in a inky black void, there is something sort of floating there. Eugene, I had you roll me a quick check and DM it to me. You are floating again in what you feel is that same familiar sort of dark void place where you had met with Zion. And you are just sort of floating in this darkness, and you can see the eyes open again as they all turn and look to you as this sort of golden vision. Goes, is this what you wanted?
I just want everyone else to be okay. I am not gonna be safe around them, and I don't want to make any mistakes.
I can understand that. You wished to be gone. Is that correct? And you will be. Well, you will be. But there is more to you than just your memories, your wants, your desires. That camera's losing it. There is more to you than just that.
What is that?
You see the hand sort of pulls up out of the darkness, and you see Pontios standing there, just looking around in confusion.
Just let
Who-
him be safe. Let him be happy. Have his powers if he wants. If there's something that you want from me to make sure that he's happy, do it.
I cannot. He is a part of you. Oh, he is.
Damn it.
I know.
I get fucking characters.
He is a part of you. And you feel a memory pressing in your mind of when you were very, very small. And you didn't have any siblings. And you had just lived with your parents. And you were so alone. And you really wanted someone to be with you. And you remember feeling something crawling from you, a sort of tar-like substance. And
Okay,
it's
Rona.
and it took form in front of you. And you remember seeing deeply wanting someone to be there with you, to help you, and to take care of you. And you remember meeting Pontius for the first time.
Then just
I will give him what you asked. I will give him happiness and safety and comfort. But it will come at one request, one that he must ask. And does his happiness lie with having you in his life? And you see that the Pontias is just sort of looking around. They don't seem to notice you at all. As they are sort of, you're floating in the darkness, and they are being held in that little ball of the hands. And you see the Pontias looks down, and at their feet is a little cat. And it just nips at their ankle for a moment. It doesn't look skeletal. It looks a bit like how Thursday used to look before they had passed. And you see he picks it up and goes, "Oh, aren't you adorable? You need a name. It's a good name for a cat.
Bastard child.
I think Eugene." And you see they just sort of like disappear into a little shower of golden light. And you are hanging out now here, sort of eternally in this darkness. But you see that Pontias So you feel yourself sort of becoming less and less in this darkness, as if you were maybe merging with it. But for a brief moment, you get to see Pontias again. They are not with your family, but they are somewhere that you see. They have it looks like different. They look the same, but they have different parents and a different family, and they have this little cat with them. That they're like, this is my best friend. And then you see the cat looks a little bit just every now and then looks a little like you. But you hang out in that darkness.
Okay.
And I will say we'll go back then, while that happens, to Wilret and
The
Cornelius.
only one hanging out in darkness.
You hanging out in the darkness. Wilret, Cornelius, you two are in the Colosseum. Cornelius, you're trying to write down this spell while also having just so much knowledge put into your head right now. Wilret, you see that your brother is sort of just cheering you on. You can see that crackle has like dissipated from him. But yeah, so the four of you have made your choices and wishes and decisions. I'm going to do a little bit of like a voiceover of what happened as time passed. Eugene's, we've gone through yours. I will say, Salem, you leave the school. Are you leaving it entirely, like just dropping out?
Yeah, don't even say anything to anyone. Just leave.
You leave. You've got a bit of a torture device with you as you make your way back to the streets. It does become incredibly useful to you at certain times, trying to rob people. You're able to sleight of hand it onto certain people. And it doesn't take away magic. The ring is specifically for Berserkers. It is known as the Ring of Arcane Berserkers. So it is specifically used for people who rage and people who need that to imbue physical strikes. So it doesn't take away people's magic, but it does make them uncomfortable when they're wearing it. And you see that like a lot of people who are common magic users just feel uncomfortable having it on their hands. So you are able to use it to your advantage as you
I was keeping it just as a keepsake, but that's also good.
and what would Salem be doing now with their life? Or do they have any long-term plans? Or are they taking it day by day?
I'm not sure. They're not sure.
Fair.
They would probably just spend a lot of time trying to figure out what the hell they're even doing.
Fair. Just a day by day. Wilret, I will say for you, after your wish, you took some time to hang out with your brother. He was very excited the moment he was able to, rush towards you and say, "Congrats on you winning." He's pretty like chill. He's very excited to just like see that you won. He can't stop talking about how cool that dragon was. You do get a letter at the end of the week from your parents. And it says they're a little confused because an uncle they never heard of left them a bunch of money. And they have been using it now to fix up the house and make sure that they could
deposit like 5,000 gold into this bank account, because they're from Kenya and they need help moving money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's
But,
a prince from Kenya.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they just had a sudden influx of money. Your ba had gotten a promotion and they're now ahead, like they're in charge of their overseer of, I believe you said they worked at a mill.
Yeah.
They are now overseer, so they have significantly less stress now as they're not doing as much hard physical labor that was like starting to tire them out and really hurt their back. Your ma, she's that's like influx of money has been able to help make sure she can take care of things around the house. She's had more time to get into like hobbies and she's less stressed about things. Like when you notice in the letters that they're just really happy that you're able to go to school and they don't feel as stressed out. You see in their letters, they say they're very happy and they feel pretty content. Cornelius, it takes some time. It takes a day or two just to parse through all of the knowledge in your head now. But you are able to, it is in your mind, and you think you could easily recall it as you would your own memories.
Awesome. I never give it all to Moriarty. I only, if he asks about something specific, then I'll give him that as part of our deal.
But But he does. When it first starts, you see he's asking you for just countless information, and then as he sees that you are like restricting it, he sort of calms and like nods to you and like allows that to happen. He just goes, "I will respect your wishes. I'm just glad it has not been lost to time."
All right, cool. And as a side job, I'll just continue to try to pursue this ritual.
You do. It does take maybe a week or so for you to pursue the full extent of this ritual. And during that time, it does become harder and harder to just remember who you're even talking about. You feel if you feel as if you have to leave notes for yourself just to remember even what was going on. But I will say you are able to get this ritual down in full. You know it will take maybe 3 days of like constant casting, but it can be done to bring someone back if they unwished themselves.
I know I could probably contact Wilret easy, but do I have any way of tracking down Salem? Because I want both of their permission before I do it.
I mean,
I would have been, to be honest, I would have been trying to hunt down my mother because apparently the dragon decided to hit Salem with everything.
therapy time. Oof.
And
Yes.
just tracking her down with intentions to murder, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, that is allowed. I will say you know sending now.
Oh,
Cornelius.
okay. Then I will.
I mean, you have objectively an entire wizard's
yeah.
book in your brain. Sending is not the hardest spell to recall now. So you could send a message to Salem as long as they're on this plane. If they're ever in their rope dimension, they won't get it, but
All right, then I will just, casually send an invite to Salem to return to Liftswon just for a moment, just for a meeting.
you do notice, the two of you do notice that Salem is gone immediately after the tournament.
Email.
Yeah, you get a chain email.
Yeah, it's just an email.
You get a little Google Calendar invite.
Well, what do you need me to do?
Is this in person or just over? You're responding to the sending.
I'm responding to the sending.
Okay.
So you're gonna send again.
Yeah. We. Hang on. Words. I need your permission to do something.
I think
Sure.
sending has 25 words.
As long as you're not killing me, it's fine. Do whatever.
No, I won't kill you, and you can leave after.
Does that mean I actually have to travel there?
I'm done burning my spell slots. I'll just let that answer speak for itself.
All you hear in the wind is "Ugh."
Just a loud ugh, just carried across by the wind. And I will say, also, your dragon friend.
Yeah.
So, you all, at least the two of you who were left, sort of walked off, or I'm assuming you walked away while your dragon friend was still there. There was an area set aside for like after the tournament, food, water, enjoyment, like talking to people, and your dragon friend had seemed to have just wandered off. It seemed that you saw them fly up, and they said their goodbyes, but started flying away towards deeper into the school.
Okay.
Can I use sending on a dragon? Like, this has been days. I could do that, right?
Yes, I will say you saw them fly in. You did not see them fly out.
If I cast sending, are they on the same plane still?
It fails. Does sending? I gotta look up sending really quick for no particular reason. Does sending fail if the person doesn't exist anymore?
I think it does.
Oh, actually, sending does work to other planes of existence.
Oh, does it? Okay, it was messaged then that doesn't work.
There's a 5% chance the message doesn't arrive if they're on another plane.
Okay. But you feel it doesn't go through.
All right, that's a problem for future Cornelius.
I will return to the school.
Yeah, you return to the
I mean-
school. So you are going to? Then yeah, the three of you.
I groaned at the wind, but yeah.
There
I
was
leave for a week being all badass, and then they make me walk back less badass.
You fly in on an airship. It says Rebecca on it. You've stolen her airship. So yeah, the three of you are together. Wilret, what were you? Was there anything specific you wanted to do over the course of these weeks or week?
Probably definitely start taking classes that kind of works a bit more with magic and fighting. Obviously share all the notes with Burns.
Yep. So you start taking classes specifically with Dr. Shore. She is the combat and magic teacher. And General Weimer doesn't say anything to you, but he bans you from his classes.
It's totally fine.
Should have
I
wished
try and
you had
like
a hemorrhoid that never goes away.
right.
Oof. Rip.
I try and like talk to other students and like help them if he obviously has like his claws in them.
There are significantly less students in his class. You've noticed. A lot of students have either gone the route of like, oh, I became an Eldritch Knight, or this doesn't seem healthy for me. This seems unhealthy. One of his like best students, David Willow, who now is joining you, joins you, Cornelius, in a lot of your magic courses. After David sort of like publicly said that he was not going to be taking these classes anymore, and also some of the students, saw you having to fight another student. There are like 2 or 3 who are still in this class, but they are the kind of assholes who enjoy hurting people.
Yeah, not surprised.
So it kind of makes sense that they stuck around. But you can see, as well, Dr. Shore has taken a more active role in just students can't go to his class if she thinks that they're being abused.
A teacher actually did something to help the students in this school?
I know.
Amazing.
There's a couple of students who've been going to the guidance counselor now, even. Just she seems very delighted by having people around, going for therapy and support.
Yeah, I'd probably go for therapy too.
She sets up weekly sessions with all of the students who ask.
But is she secretly a dragon?
No, not that you know of. She's definitely something. But alrighty, yeah. So I will say, are you going to try and bring back Eugene with this ritual?
Yes. So first I'd like to know is Salem, do you remember? I'll pull up the piece of paper. Eugene, where I've written his name down.
I mean, do I remember Eugene?
That is a disadvantage check. History check.
I wouldn't have passed anyways.
Oof. What was it?
No.
Oh, it's a
I
no.
don't. Who did we? What are you talking about?
Okay. How many of us were in our team?
3?
What if there's a high possibility that it was 4, and the 4th one wished themselves away?
Well, if that's the case, then just as everyone else, their wish was what they wanted.
So you're on the side that if we had the power to bring them back, we shouldn't?
I mean, no one in this world is ever happy, and if somehow that made them happy. Who knows? How do you know they just didn't ask to go to another world because they didn't want to be here anymore?
Well, I'll pull out my notes again. They turned into ooze and melted on the podium.
Okay, no, that sounds like they unwished themselves. You're right. You're right. I mean, who are we to judge?
Right, that's just it. I didn't want to undo it without all of our consent.
I mean, you can try. No one can tell you what you can't and can't try for this kind of thing. Like, we don't have the power to stop you. I don't have any power at all.
I mean, your words will stop me because I respect you two. What do you think, Wilrit?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this for a little bit. I mean, if Eugene made a wish, it was for a reason. I mean, we all made or didn't make wishes for our own reasons. And I don't, it's kind of hard to remember them every day. But
How do we know they weren't just a major asshole?
and we do hang out with you.
Exactly.
Oh,
How
I
do you
don't
know
know.
one of us didn't wish them out of existence?
I mean, you didn't use your wish, and we used our wishes for other things.
Yeah, what I wish for is definitely happening, so.
And mine too. I mean, part of me wants them back, and I just feel it in my gut because I miss my friend. But the other part of me part of me feels like they're maybe happy where they're at, and it's for the best. I don't want them to be unhappy by us bringing them back.
Did you name the team Thursday?
No,
Did
No,
you
That's
name the team
weird.
Thursday?
It's a
I-
weird fucking
I
team
wouldn't
name.
even know where it came from.
Why
No.
would
I
you
don't
want
know.
to bring back someone who named our team Thursday?
Because they meant enough to us that we let them name our team Team Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, fine. All right, you can bring him back.
It's a unanimous decision.
Well, they're not decided.
I mean, this just could be a Buffy thing all over again, where they're actually in heaven. Spoilers for Buffy, but it's over
That's
20
way too
plus years
late.
old.
I
And
know.
at this point, if
You muted yourself.
did I really?
Oh, there you go. You started talking and then just stopped. I was like, oh, you mute.
Oh, that was weird. But I mean, maybe they're in heaven and we're gonna drag them out, and then it's gonna be a whole musical episode where we find out that they were in heaven, and we're gonna have to sing along.
I gotta write up a musical. Hang on.
I would rather not have a musical episode.
Same.
Are you able to track people down? I turned to Cornelius.
Possibly. I have a lot of things in my head. I kind of sort through them as I can.
Once we're all done with this shit, can you help me find my mother?
Oh, you don't know where your mom is? Yeah, sure.
Cool. Good. Good to know.
I
Okay.
hate to say it, but I think we should let them wish what they wanted to wish.
That's probably the fair thing. But I also like everyone else to be miserable with me, so if they're happy there, let's bring them back.
I mean, it's the idea of what we would do if we reversed one of our wishes.
I'm surprised you
Exactly.
didn't explode.
I mean, we just have to kind of assume that they
you
wish.
basically wish for all the information in the world to be in your head.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know how it didn't explode. I didn't want to ask for powers, partially because I expect it to backfire.
I mean, I wish for my parents, my brother to be happy and taken care of, and so far it's been the case.
And then an uncle died.
I
So
don't
your
think
wish
they're.
killed someone.
I don't think they were actually my uncle. My parents were both
Someone
only
still died
children.
and money showed up.
Both of your parents were only children. They did not
Yeah.
have siblings.
Both of my parents were only children. So
Someone
it's
still
probably
died.
one of those creepy, like, I'm your Uncle Rick, but they actually aren't your uncle. They're like a weird family friend that no one talks about, that are kind of like forced to be at your family events that you don't really want there because they make you a little uncomfortable, but like for some reason your grandparents like them, and
That's
so
very
This-
specific, so
this
I
feels
assume that's
personal.
the
Yeah.
case, actually. Yeah. No, that's-
I mean, something tells me I'm gonna miss Eugene in my life, but I don't want them to be unhappy just because we miss them. So we should just
Right.
get a cat and name it Eugene.
Oh, or Thursday.
Or Thursday.
It was a cat. No, that's stupid.
No, why would you name a cat
Who named
Thursday?
a cat Thursday?
It was probably their favorite day or something. I mean, speaking of cats, there's a
Who
cat
doesn't like a
pounding.
nice Thursday?
There's been a cat pounding at my dorm room door all fucking night. But I mean, I found this cat on campus the other day wearing a sweater. So
It says Eugene. That says I am Eugene.
and
As you
I
pick
think
up the
they
cat,
responded to Eugene.
they do. You pick up the cat, it wild shapes into a person. Goes, ha!
Oh shit! Sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh god, I'm so sorry, sir. So I mean, I say let's pour one out for our friend and try and remember them the best we can.
Yes, I've been taking
It does
meticulous
shit
notes.
against people, by the way.
Trying to.
I'm just gonna say.
Sorry, what?
I don't know why it did anything to you. This ring does shit. I tried to use it to rob someone, and it did nothing. Made them
Maybe-
moderately uncomfortable in their stomach.
Maybe don't use a ring that was used to torture me for the past 4 years of my young adult life to rob people.
Yeah,
Also,
here,
this
take it.
fucking druid cat.
Mm-hmm. You know that there's this one kid who's a little weird. They're druid. They kind of always wild shape and only talk to people in wild shape. It's a little uncomfy.
If you keep putting your ass in my face, I'm just gonna call you Eugene.
They just go, "Meow."
Was Eugene putting their ass in your face? Is that a memory?
I don't think so, but it feels like a weird thing a Eugene would do.
Okay.
Sir.
Anyways.
Am I still familiar enough with Eugene
Santa
to
Jaws.
try casting sending?
Yeah, you know what? I will. You can cast it. Or you can roll a percentile dice to see if it will fully take. Or I can roll it, whichever you would like.
An 18.
All you hear back is
18. I will say that it goes through, because I was going to say high it doesn't, low it does.
Okay.
50,
I'll just
50.
say, well, we remember you. Hope you're happy.
Eugene, you've kind of just been floating in this dark void, kind of becoming one with it slowly, and you just hear a voice of a friend in your head saying, "We remember you. Hope you're happy."
all you hear back is
Am I able to attempt a response?
Can you respond to sending? I think yes.
Yeah.
That's
Then
why
yeah.
the sending I was having them go back, alright.
Yes, you can respond. It is again the 25-word limit.
Cricket.
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 Sorry, I'm
cricket.
trying to come up with the numbers.
You good? Cornelius, you do feel as if your spell took. It didn't fail. You didn't feel it failing.
It's not that I was unhappy before. I just want to keep the best friends I ever had safe. You all mean the world to me. Just remember what's possible.
You poop it?
Yep. You.
Are you
Pooping?
Are you pooping?
I think that hits the word limit. So that is the message you get back, Cornelius. I think you were one off, but that's fine.
One too many or one too few?
One too many, but I'm gonna let that slide.
One was dashed.
Yeah, I have super first wizard magic. I'm sure you can get an extra word in there.
Exactly, with extra word.
One extra word on sending.
Throughout all the ages, only one word was lost from the spell.
But yeah, that is the message you receive back, Cornelius. You're pretty sure that's Eugene's voice. You don't exactly remember it, but you're pretty sure that's what Eugene sounds like.
Well, I get the feeling they're still somewhere, and that they did it to keep
Does
us
it really
safe.
exist?
I mean,
just-
sending worked, so you know.
Wait, they
How'd you
did
know you
keep
just
us
didn't-
safe?
You say Eugene, Eugene, Eugene. How'd you know you just didn't get some random person named Eugene?
I don't know. The words they said just felt right, you know.
All right, that's fair. I won't
Uh,
ruin your party.
They said it's not that I was unhappy before. I just want to keep the best friends I ever had safe. You all mean the world to me. Just remember what's possible.
That's
Well, in that
26.
case,
Yeah, I mean they did it for us. That makes me want to undo it.
yeah, what's possible is bringing our friend back and showing that we trust them. And that they don't have to be worried about anything happening to us, because they wouldn't do anything to hurt us.
Intentionally.
So let's do it. Let's bring them back. We'll show them that they matter.
I mean, they.
Shh.
All right, fine. I'll put my feet
Don't make
up
me
on them.
hug you again.
I won't. I swear to God, if you hug me, I'll put this ring on you and we'll get married.
I mean, if you're asking.
No, I'm good.
Oh, thank God I didn't want to have to do a demon marriage.
Yes.
Demon marriage time. Gotta hold a rock for 24 hours. All right.
All right, I'm gonna perform the ritual to undo the wish spell.
Alrighty.
You get that I'm a con artist, right? Is that? Yeah. Okay. Good.
You're a
good.
con artist?
Surprise.
Spell.
When the fuck did that happen?
Were you ever a student?
Why?
No.
Alrighty. So you are performing the spell. It does take some time and a little bit of concentration. Your friends might need to, hand you food and water while you cast it over the course.
Yeah, I'll help
Yeah,
in whatever
3
way my magic
days.
can
You said
help.
right.
You've got 3 days straight of casting.
All right.
Just put it directly into your blood.
Tap
And
your forehead with a towel.
Eugene, are you resisting whatever this magical effect might be?
I mean, am I sensing that there is one?
Yeah, over the course of some time, I will say it starts up. You feel as if there's this sort of like magical pull that's pulling you away from Zion and their eyes and just sort of towards the realm of the living.
I mean, part of my wish is if it were possible, so I let whatever this is take me.
Alrighty. I will need 1 con save at advantage from you, Cornelius. And if the others would like to give you 8, that is also possible, but
I will
just for
provide aid.
casting over the course of 3 days.
Sure.
Aid will lower the DC.
My amateur magic will aid.
That's good because I got an 11.
Did you both aid, or was it just Wilret?
Yeah, we both did.
Okay, because if you both aid, then that will lower the DC down to 10.
I'm just endearing.
Oh,
like,
phew.
Oh.
So I was like, I do. If you both help, then yeah, you're able. It's a little difficult, Cornelia. You've never cast a spell for this long without sleeping. Every now and then your friends kind of pop in and just put some magic in, and you get like an hour nap.
Skip 3 days of school.
Just straight up not going to class.
You know what? I don't need to go to school anymore.
Honestly, Cornelius, you're kind of good. You've achieved what you needed at this school. You could graduate now.
I'm only going because there's a chance I might learn something new.
Yeah. You don't know how Lady von Stein does the separating herself into multiple versions, and she said she'd teach you that in your final year, so you're kind of just sticking around for that.
Also, I gotta have that one person in the library teach me how to speed read 5 books at once.
That's true.
Yeah, I gotta be here for reasons.
But you 3 are able to together sort of sustain this spell, and Eugene, you feel as if something is pulling you towards the land of the living.
Right?
Yeah. So the 3 of you, you're sitting together. As you're casting the spell, you see tar start bubbling up in the center of the floor. And a person starts taking shape. And Eugene, what form would you like to take shape in as you feel yourself returning, but you're
Form
not
of
hungry?
bucket.
Form of
The
bucket.
human
water.
form that I showed them once.
Yep.
Pale, black hair, built like a fucking twig.
Stick man.
Oh, they're emo. Sit in the back. Sit in the back.
Yeah, so you see this sort of lanky teen reforming in front of you out of this tar.
Who
And
ordered a gay?
that's a homosexual.
Wait.
And Eugene, you are standing in one of the dorms. And the thing you notice immediately is you're not hungry, and you don't hear those whispers in your head. But you also feel different. You don't feel like you did before when you could change and shift your skin. You think this is just what you are now, human.
Do we do you like remember
Yeah, do you
Eugene?
recognize them?
You
Is,
recognize
is
them.
it undoing my whole wish?
It is not undoing your whole wish. It is because it's not undoing your wish at all. So your wish still went through, but you are now something else. I will say you do recognize them, but you'd think that it might take some time for those memories to come back. Like they won't come back immediately, but you definitely all recognize Eugene.
Hey, buddy.
You're Eugene, right?
Um, yeah. Hi.
Welcome back.
They wish for like all the magic in their heads, so whatever it was, it's gone now. You.
Um,
Why'd you name the team
Fine.
Thursday?
why am a cat?
Oh, it was a cat.
It was
Am
a
I
cat.
able to?
Shit.
Is Thursday here? Am I able to sense her at all? Or
You can sense her, but she's not with you. How far can you sense your familiars? I think is there. I don't think there's a limit. But you can tell she is wherever she is. She's far away. She is not in the immediate vicinity.
Is it this cat that I found? Is this Thursday?
No.
Oh.
You hear the cat just whisper, "No, my name's Greg."
Oh shit. Sorry, Greg.
She was a skeleton cat. What? Why am I here?
Yeah, so maybe this was incredibly selfish of us, but also is incredibly selfish of you to think you should need to keep us safe without even, consulting us first.
Yeah, we figured we wanted to bring our friend back and show them that they have nothing to be worried about. Because we know you wouldn't hurt us.
Okay, I said intentionally.
Intentionally.
How close are you guys within proximity to each other?
I'm as far the fuck away from all of them as I can,
I'm probably standing right next to Cornelius.
because I don't want to get hugged again.
I'm just tackle hugging both of you then.
Oh, okay, good. It's not me.
I'll just pick both of you up and just literally like pick them up.
Good. That was whatever, and I'll join in.
Hey.
Yay, group hug.
Group hug. It's good
Tell
to
you
have you
my
back,
real name
buddy.
later. End the show.
Apologies, I'm back. Someone was banging on my door, like loudly. I had to go check. Who it was?
bitch.
That was my neighbor. Sorry.
So, how are those wishes going?
I think I killed a creepy uncle to get money.
Oh. Okay.
And I found Greg the cat.
I should have asked for ultimate power.
Yo.
Probably. I'm not gonna lie, you'd be a kind of a cool, badass world dominator. Not gonna lie.
I don't want to rule the world.
Don't give him
I just
any
want
ideas.
everyone to work for me.
I mean, then just go join the rich and elite. That works just as well.
I think I want to found a company called no.
I was like, you should go work with Lifeway.
I'll go. Someday I will fund a company called Lifeway. No.
Cornelius, how's all that knowledge? I know you kind of overdid it on stage.
Yeah, it's a lot. But you know what? It brought you back, so I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
And even though I forgot you existed, I did miss you.
Is there
It's a good
anything
wish.
in this room that you particularly don't mind losing? I want to test something.
Here's this
I mean-
ring. I hand them the ring.
Yeah, you can shoot the ring.
I am going to. Are there windows in these dorms?
Yes.
I'm gonna
All of
open the
the
window, flick the ring up in the air, and attempt to cast Eldritch Blast at it.
you flick the ring out of the window, and you shoot off an Eldritch Blast, but it's a little different.
Is
You
it
don't.
pink and smells like
It
strawberries?
is pink and smells like strawberries.
Perfect.
No, where usually every time you used to cast spells, you could feel it tugging at your stomach, like making you hungrier, and those whispers would start up. Now you don't feel that. You feel as if like it's sort of the same, like yeah, same shifting. Ignore that. The sort of
Sort of the same. Ugh.
my voice cracked. It was weird. It feels as if it's just your own magic moving around. No hunger, no whispers, just spells shooting out of your hands.
Okay, now try to eat it.
No. Um, um, um. Encoding thoughts of our fight against the dragon. Our therapy battle against the dragon.
Your therapy session.
Slapping it onto Wilret's head.
Alright, you get
Does
slapped
Wilret
in the
remember
head.
my point of view of it?
Alright, you would see someone else's point of view.
Particularly you protecting me.
Yeah, you would see that.
Damn,
I
does
wish
my
you'd
ass
done that
actually
to me
look like
instead.
that?
That would be great.
You got Captain America ass, Wilret.
That's
I-
Liftswon's
yeah.
ass.
Yeah,
That's
is that my
Liftswon's ass.
That's Liftswon's ass.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Huh. That's a thing.
Got your back, buddy.
Here, that's a lot. I'm not gonna like encode all of my memories of like everything that we've done together up until this point. Like it's a lot. Maybe just go watch like a YouTube series about it or something.
I know.
Totes.
But yeah,
But yeah,
the four of you
thank you.
are together again. Eugene, you feel like you're not what you were before. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. It takes a couple of days for all of your memories to return of Eugene. But you do get them back.
Oh, good.
And you do start remembering them pretty clearly. And you all spend your time as you would for the rest of your days. And that is the end of Liftswon.
Hey, Greg, how old are you?
Oh, I'm like 17.
Oh, that's just kind of weird.
We're like children too.
I think you're also 17, so it's
I'm
like...
also 17. You like want to go on a date or something?
Sure.
Cool.
All right.
Why
High five.
am I going on a date with a cat?
Oh, this is Greg.
Oh, sup, I'm
Greg.
Greg.
I'm pretty sure Greg's not actually a cat all the time.
Oh, no, sorry. And then you see they just like wild shape back into... They are ripped.
I want to go on a date with that.
Just like,
You
yeah.
didn't even have to describe them. Just say ripped and done.
I know, I was like, ripped.
Just say ripped, and that's instantly Liz's type.
High five.
Ripped. They've got very long hair pulled back into a ponytail. It's kind of messy. They don't seem to be wearing the most clothing. They're just like, sup.
Sup?
This is weird. I'm
I
gonna
like
go.
that as a cat.
I like it too. Bye. Wild shapes back into a cat.
I'm fine with either or. All right.
Alrighty. So that is with that little tidbit, that is the end of Liftswon. I hope everyone had a great time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing and having all these super fun emotional moments.
Thank you for DMing.
Thank you for DMing a fun
Thank
game
you.
there, Squid.
Oh,
Yeah.
this was so much fun.
I'm glad you all enjoyed it. This was the last episode.
Therapy.
The world will continue on with the story of Andoria, which we will be returning to next month, I believe. I don't remember the exact date.
Next year, it's a whole year away.
It's a whole year away.
Ugh.
And by year, I mean like a couple of weeks. But we will see you then for Andoria. Make sure to check out our Twitch for the schedule. It's going to be a little slow because it's, the holiday season. People are busy.
Twitchter.
Families are here even when you don't want them to be. So,
Yeah.
but I hope you all have an amazing rest of your year and have a great time.
No one
Thank you
will ever
guys
learn
so much
Salem's
for
real
watching.
name.
No
We'll
one will ever
catch you on the
what?
flip side.
You stop that.
I said learn Salem's real name.
Oh, oof. Alrighty, we will see. Listen, I'm gonna ask you after this.
Maybe I have a spell for that.
We will see
Maybe it's
y'all.
Maybelline.
We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Flip side.